Hello, welcome to Sunday Night Football. The Raiders against the Steelers in a couple weeks. I'm excited for that. Obviously, the Raiders are going to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers on prime time. Uh, McDaniels and the Raiders and Jimmy G. Jimmy G is going to take over the spotlight. He really is. I think if the Bills win their first game of the year against the Raiders, their first win would be against the Super Bowl host. So, I could really care less if the Bills lose tomorrow. I could really care less because that'll just mean that the Buffalo Bills are going to get their first win against the host of Super Bowl 58. And the Raiders are traveling to Orchard Park, so the Bills are not traveling to Vegas before February the 11th. The Dallas Cowboys are ready to win the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the NFL. Dak Prescott is the most clutch quarterback. There should be no 2-minute drive with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Daniel Jones is completely overrated. I fully expect the New York Giants to be completely exposed. Mike McCarthy is a top-notch coach. He's not the best coach in the NFL, but he definitely is one of the best. Aaron Rodgers clearly needs Mike McCarthy. What could he win without Mike McCarthy? He hasn't won much without him, so it's not like he was holding them back, the Green Bay Packers. They just didn't get it done. There were rigged Super Bowls in between. That's why the Packers couldn't make it. Time has come for Mike McCarthy. This is going to be a giant victory. Okay, Sunday Night Football at New Jersey at the state of New Jersey. New Jersey is to watch the 43. It's the year of the Cowboys' sixth Super Bowl. Brazil is to win their sixth World Cup at New York. I'm predicting New York to host the final. Dak Prescott for the win. The Cowboy haters would have a great time watching this beast of a quarterback have a tremendous performance.
12 wins each of the last two seasons, knocked out by San Francisco each of the last two seasons. Ezekiel Elliott's up in New England. So, there's always drama in Dallas. Lay it out for me.
Well, let's start with the defense. They really should be one of the best in all of football this season.
Micah Parsons, player to watch.
But the story is going to be Mike McCarthy taking over the play.
He's young. He had like 2 years of experience. Micah Parsons is for real.
Based on that partnership.
First piece of evidence tonight. On the other side, the Giants went from 4 wins to 9 wins. Brian Dable, the coach of the year, they won a playoff game. So Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are back. What piece has you intrigued as the Giants get started?
Well, last year the Giants simply were not as talented as the Cowboys or the Eagles. That talent gap has shrunk this year. The New York Giants are so much faster across the board on their football team. And I can't wait to see how they match up with the
A player to watch for the Giants defensively is Hassan Reddick. They got him from Arizona. Not Hassan Reddick. I'm thinking of the guy who played with the Eagles. It was Isaiah Simmons. Yeah, Isaiah Simmons. Yep. Is he going to be playing pass rusher? Are they going to actually put Isaiah Simmons at pass rusher? Arizona didn't put Isaiah Simmons in the pass rusher? Are the Giants going to do that? I mean, they're going to have. They're going to need to if they want to try to win this game. But Daniel Jones is a turnover machine. Dallas Cowboys are out to rock the NFL world. How about the Cowboys and the Jets getting primetime wins and they're playing the afternoon game? How about that? See the Cowboys and the Jets playing the afternoon game? That would be something.
Class-leading safety and tech features to elevate your commute. The all-new Hyundai Kona.
From big cities to small towns and on main streets across the U.S., you'll find PNC Bank.
Dolphins Patriots is a Sunday night game for next week.
Communities and to call these places home too. They're where we put down roots. And when together, we work to help move everyone.
Let's see, Washington, Denver. Denver's going to get the win.
PNC.
Seattle is pretty bad. Detroit is something to be reckoned with. The Lions are going to be hosting a home playoff game. Just who do the Lions go up against? The Bucs or someone like that? I mean, Tampa got to win. It won't surprise me if the AFC South ends up being a stacked division, or the NFC South.
But others.
Falcons, pretty big win. They get the Packers next week. Packers won't start 2-0. The Packers will lose that one. I'll go with the Falcons to beat the Packers because they're not playing the Bears. They're not playing the Bears.
I think you're right.
What if the Falcons face off against the Lions in week 3 and 2-0? Like, who's losing their first game? So I'll go with the Falcons. I'll go with the Lions for next week. Both the Falcons and the Lions could be undefeated entering their matchup in week 3, September 24th. Cardinals really walked loose today. Oh, it was a pretty tight game. They were completely bad. Cardinal defense is flying. Cardinals defense is all over the place. Dobbs take the game. So Seattle Seahawks, journeyman quarterback. Rams and the Niners score 30 points. The Cowboys last championship in Super Bowl 30. NFC West, of course, was the last division from the NFC to win the Super Bowl. So I do like the 30 connection with the 30 points there for the Rams and the 49ers. So that's really why we see both teams scoring 30 points. And then 60 points combined, 60 reduces down to 6. The Cowboys, 6 Super Bowl championship as we speak.
Our country, and especially
So right there, notice that the Rams and the Niners have 30 points scored for the season. The NFC West, of course, was the last division in the NFC to win the Super Bowl. The reason why 30 is significant. The Cowboys are going to be the next NFC winner of the Super Bowl to win their first championships in Super Bowl 30. This is why the Rams and the Niners have 30 points each for the season. The Rams is gematria of 30. So that's what we need to note with the 30 points. The Rams were the last Super Bowl winner from the NFC. The Rams allowed 13 points in that game against Seattle. Dallas is gematria 13. They scored a total of 43 points in the game today against the Seahawks. It's Dallas Cowboys. That's gematria 43. And so the last NFC winner came from the NFC West. Both teams have 30 points. It's all connected to the coming Cowboys championship. A lot to look out for. Okay, so I think that's a pretty fair script. The Lions and the Falcons, it's any given week. So the Packers, they blow out a team on the road, but then they lose to the Falcons. And the Falcons, of course, had a pretty tough divisional game. These divisional games are pretty hard-nosed, hard-fought, like we saw between the Broncos and the Raiders today. I think they'll be ready for what the Packers are going to throw at them. The Falcons, they're like their first winning record since 2017 right now, even though it's the first game of the season. Bottom line, the Falcons and the Lions to be undefeated in week 2 and entering week 3. The Lions going to start 3-0. Lions last time that they won a playoff game, or last time they made the playoffs, Cowboys won the Super Bowl that year. So the Lions to be 3-0. Lions have 10 days of rest. There should be no reason why the Seahawks will not lose again at Detroit. They lost Super Bowl 40 at Detroit. Let's not forget. 39 prior Super Bowls. The Lions is 39. Seahawks. The Seahawks is 39 in gematria. So the past is scripted as well, dating back 17 years ago, in the very same manner that it is scripted today. Bottom line, be the star. Be the star. Be the star. That is the message behind the star on the Dallas Cowboys helmet to win over at the Death Star at Paradise, Nevada. The star is being interviewed by Melissa Stark.
Rookie season, but Dak,
The star of the show. They're not interviewing Daniel Jones. They're interviewing Dak Prescott. Dak attack!
Just us staying together since the NFCs. This is what it's about. Great environment. Sunday Night Football. Excited for this opportunity.
You've led the league in interceptions last season, but a lot of changes, including a new play caller in your head coach, Mike McCarthy. How will this offense be?
Mike McCarthy's the goal.
Yeah, we're to win. Simple as that.
Kellen Moore was holding him back. Let it rip, Mad Mike. His name is Mad Mike. Yes, Cowboys are winning all the way. Why is that even a question? Demons, are they coming for them?
Thank you, Melissa. Mike McCarthy, year 4 as the Cowboys head coach.
Exactly.
12+ seasons with the Packers. And on the other side, it is Brian Dable, NFL Coach of the Year. In year 1, leading the Giants, 9 wins.
That game is actually at Carolina, so who knows? Who knows?
About an hour ago, should be in the window of showers for the next couple of hours. Seen a lot of rain all up and down the Atlantic seaboard here on week 1 of this NFL season. Dallas won the toss to first. It's the NFL debut for
Yo, Cowboys! Demons! They coming! Everyone's watching this main star of the show. Demons! Wet your pants, guys. Wet your pants, Giants. He is worth $50 million, $45 million. No chance. Daniel Jones, he can't even beat the Eagles. He can't even beat the Cowboys. What makes him think he's worth all this money? He deserves to lose. He deserves to lose. He will not. He is certainly not Dak Prescott. Dak wishes he could have the Vikings as a first playoff opponent. He wishes.
And here goes Barkley. First run is a gain of about 4 to the
Around the 30-yard line. In Super Bowl 30, the Cowboys last win. The ball's around the 29, 30-yard line, second and 6, second and 5.
$60 million, half of that guaranteed. The numbers from 2022, 5 interceptions.
He'll just take the money and run and make off. He's set for life. He's good. He never ever needs to win a championship. The ball at the 30-yard line. First game from the line of scrimmage to the 30-yard line. No way! The referees are so flag happy across the league. Any little bit of contact you breathe on him is pass interference.
The message and the flag. Adrian Hill, our referee.
Whoa! You need to commit lots of penalties to win. You got to have a badass persona. This Seahawks are the most penalized team with Pete Carroll, and they won the Super Bowl. I think the 49ers are one of the most penalized teams with Jim Harbaugh. They're still one of the best teams out there.
Let's take a look at it. Yep.
Make him feel it a little bit. Give him a little concussion. You do that early in the game.
He probably is going to have 50 to 70 yards rushing tonight if they're going to knock off the Dallas Cowboys. He did a great job with it last year. He's going to be on the move again tonight.
The Giants are such a pretender.
Sterling Shepard emotion from the 47. Parsons gets a quick.
Oh! First loss from line of scrimmage. Second down 11. The Super Bowl's on February the 11th.
I mean, it's almost unbelievable sometimes how fast Parsons can get to the quarterback.
Micah Parsons is the best pass rusher in the NFL.
Through the block of Evan Neal, and luckily for them, they had
Penn State's going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Number 11 winning the Super Bowl on the 11th day of the year. New York, the 11th state. And Barkley sucks. He is short.
Oh, they're going to like that in New York City because if they can get
Dak is supposed to be the comeback king.
Double team blocks on both sides of the ball. Just push them straight backwards and let Saquon get up the field and into the
This is not your Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett Cowboys. This is a program that has gotten better every single year under Mike McCarthy.
Three to the backfield. Barkley first down to the 33. Tripped up by Malik.
Giants lead 3-0 because Super Bowl 30 was the Cowboys' last victory. Giants have to kick a field goal.
Daniel Bellinger lined up in the fullback position to get this little hook block in there. Anytime you can throw a tight end into the backfield and get that kind of a block, that is looking really good for the New York Giants. And we haven't even seen the
DB's got to come in a little bit quicker.
Right into the game here.
Cowboys are on prime time next week. Old Country's going to watch them against the Jets.
He goes a lot. Breida goes up the middle to the 27 against the Dallas.
Jones sucks. He can't throw the ball. They know that against the best cornerback in the league, Trayvon Diggs. What is the front four of the Cowboys doing? Van Der Esch, range number 23. Las Vegas is 23 in Gematria. Trayvon Diggs, number 42. Super Bowl on the 42nd day of the year. Dak Prescott is Gematria 42.
Second and 4. Cowboys bring the heat. Jones runs away from
It's a scripted play. They don't try to hit the quarterback or anything like that. Be the star. Be the star.
Darren Waller in the game. You put him in motion across, and he's going to draw a lot of eyeballs as he comes in to run this route.
Waller's always hurt and washed up. That's why the Raiders got rid of him.
It's going to create other openings.
He's not played for the love and glory of the game of football. He plays for the
So
paycheck.
basically treating him like a wide receiver, which
He
opens
definitely does.
opportunities in the running game.
Now they waste a timeout already. Being wasteful. That hurt the Texans. Not having any timeouts.
6 of them runs, a couple of them Jones.
After pretty much with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. You don't want to do that if you're the Giants. You're giving the Cowboys a break. Give the Cowboys a break.
Trying to stop the run. And so in the draft, they got Ozzie Smith. And people said, oh, wow, defensive tackle in the first round. Well, yeah, they had some troubles when they had Jonathan Hankins, number
Bottom
95.
line,
So they
Dak
thought they'd have it shored up a
is
little bit for this
clutch.
season. But so far, what we've seen is that still, if you attack directly at the Dallas Cowboys, you take away a lot of their speed elements, a lot of their loops and stunts and blitzes and things that they like to do. This game is very.
Cowboys are built on the pass defense, period.
New addition, Waller.
The field is shorter. They can concentrate on the run.
Inside with Mark.
That is exactly what happened. The field is shorter. There's less space to have to defend for the passing game. This allows the Cowboys shut down the run.
There's so many interesting matchups in this game. There really are. Maybe now we get to the wide receivers a little bit. But you talk about some speed on the outside. Darius Slayton, 4.39. Paris Campbell, 4.31. Julian Hyatt, 4.4. And I think he's faster than that. And then you get the matchups with these tremendous corners. Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Gilmore. It's going to be fun.
Gilmore from the Bills. He played with the Bills and the Patriots.
Campbell on the move up second and 10. Jones running that way. Bounces to the outside. And Daniel Jones.
Jones sucks.
8-yard line. His third run here on this opening drive. He's got 27 yards.
Well,
It'll be roughly 6 minutes of offense for the Giants in this opening drive by the
Not
number.
every quarterback wants to run the football, but because of all the movement up front of the
He should call himself a running back because he don't want to throw the ball.
But they're also going to create openings.
Where's the quarterback spy at?
Waller in the slot. Isaiah Hodgins outside of him. Now Waller on the move, 3rd and 2. And it was good to the right side.
False start! False start!
False start on Andrew Thomas.
Self-destruct! Self-destruct! False start. Roughly 6 minutes of offense for the Giants as the Cowboys are about to win their 6th Super Bowl this year.
You know, if you're racing, when you're saying Bolt, you might want a little head start. And I think
Micah
that's what
Parsons.
Micah Parsons does.
He's going to need a quick start to stop Micah Parsons. Now ball is at the 13-yard line. Dallas is 13.
Watch all night.
The ball is at the What was he doing? Oh my God! These guys are comedians. Ball is at the 28-yard line after that funny failed botch snap. It bounces to the 25, to the 27, to the 28-yard line.
Welcome to the new field with all the rubber crumbs, if you will, the crushed rubber.
45-yard field goal attempt. The Cowboys hosted the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 45. Oh, it's a block! He's going 7! He's going 7! He's going 7! Touchdown! Dan Bond! Touchdown! Cowboys! Dan 6-0! 6 Super Bowl ring, Dallas Cowboys at 23 seconds in the stream. We go. 8:03 left. Tom Brady, August the 3rd. Boy, August the 3rd. Dak Prescott, last quarterback to defeat Tom Brady in the playoffs. Wow. A field goal block. The Giants suck. I told you they suck. Wow, they still got the special teams. 6-0. 6 Super Bowl. 6 Super Bowl. 6. 6 Super Bowl. 6-0. Nothing. That's how y'all make sense of the numbers in real time as they happening. So next question is Jones Camacho 63. Jerry Jones, Daniel Jones, Buffalo last championship. Buffalo, the team in the Super Bowl. It's going to be 6-3. The Cowboys improved to 6-3 in the Super Bowl. The next score is going to be a field goal for the New York Giants. Likely, possible. Okay, so this was from the Dallas 27-yard line. They're really trying to put the ball around the 28-yard line, but it's been 27 years without a championship. So that's where we get the botch snap behind Daniel Jones to this 27-yard line. Now remember, Daniel Camacho 45-27. This was a 45-yard field goal attempt, 27 years without winning, 27-yard line. So Dallas Cowboys going to win.
It's one day she let him lose it. I don't know. Bit of an eyesore. I'll say.
Where is Off the Easy at? Where is he? Where's Off the Easy? Oh, it's good Boston watching the Cowboys dominate the opposition.
You know, I wouldn't have pegged these two as Wendy's. I still don't.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
That's amazing. Dak Prescott still has not seen the field yet. He is dying to get back on that field. This cannot be a good thing for the New York Giants. Dak Prescott is just waiting. He's dying to get back on that football field.
I got the job. I feel like it's all coming together.
Dallas Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. It is destiny. Nothing can stop the Dallas Cowboys. Right? Only lightning can stop the Dallas Cowboys.
Your first new car is here. The all-new Chevy Trax, starting under $22,000.
We're trying to put together a mission
It's definitely crazy. Let's take this house and everything that comes with it.
Jesse L. Martin returns to NBC. He is solving crime down to the science. It's a new show called The Irrational. It premieres Monday, September 25th on NBC and streaming on Peacock. A sneak peek of the first episode is full of drama. Wanye Thomas with the block, John Michael Schmidt's bad snap helped push the Giants back, and Noah Iguodala came over in a late trade. The
Cowboys are such a rotten stock.
Giants down 6, get the ball one more time.
Really? What's so bad about Mike McCarthy? What's so bad about Mike McCarthy?
It's just wow, right? I mean, that what really
Las Vegas says. That's what Las Vegas say. They say. They say, don't got your own peril. Don't the Dak attack.
would not be one of the pillars on the left side.
That's a huge part of the story, right? The edge rushing of Dallas and how good they are, and the Giants experience that.
Daniel Jones, you're trash.
Last year, Dallas sweeping.
All this possession, nothing.
Jones had a hand in his face that got blocked.
Oh, that looked like that could have been an interception. Who wears number 1 on the Cowboys? Who's the number 1 out there?
It's just unbelievable.
Daniel Jones is overrated and overpaid. And Lamar Jackson sucks. That was a disgraceful performance for my fantasy football team. I should have never, ever taken you number 1 in the draft. You were shit all game long, Lamar Jackson. I will never, ever start you again unless if it's the helpless Steelers or whatever team out there. Awful. This was... I should start Dak Prescott. He is my number 1 quarterback. You just a scrub. You trash Lamar Jackson. I gave you a chance, Lamar Jackson. How many points did you give my team today? You shit. You only play for the money. You shit. You shit quarterback. I'm so glad the Cardinals have Kyler Murray. You're just trash. That's all you are. Fucking garbage. How many times do you try to keep him in the game with your turnovers? Call some audibles, yo scrub. Oh, you play running back. Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. I said the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl because I said it. Lamar Jackson, 6.45 fucking points.
This is when it gets ugly.
Lamar, Alfred loser. Lamar Jackson should never have drafted you. Dak Prescott, oh boy, he will not be MVP because of the MVP Super Bowl curse. But Dak Prescott is my number 1 quarterback, and you're fired, Lamar Jackson. Alrighty, enter the Dak attack. Just get in the playoffs and let the rest work its let the rest take its course. Fuck Lamar Jackson. Fuck him. Fuck you. Yes, I am pissed off that Lamar, that's a dog shit performance against one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Too much magic. $135 into 200.
What the hell I'm gonna do in week 2? How did Mike Evans do today?
The crown is yours. There are giants among us.
Well, Cook is not gonna do much anyways. The Bills are gonna lose the game, right? It can't be scripted for Aaron Rodgers to have a comeback. I just have to see how many 4th quarter comebacks Aaron Rodgers has had in his regular season career. That's going to kind of lead us to the right point. Oh, I'm going up against Justin Fields. The Bengals have to win next week, so Lamar, you're garbage. He garbage.
They'll never let you down.
Drop him off from the lineup. Set the lineup.
Empty tires.
Take this piece of garbage out and put that Dak Prescott and stop wasting my time.
When the going gets tough, it's a family you can count on. Introducing the Silverado, Colorado, and Silverado.
Mike Evans versus the trash Bears defense. He better do something next week. That's all I have to say. How's the Giants' rush defense going to do well? If the Giants don't do well against Vaughn and Pollard, I will have to probably start James Conner against the Giants, even though I hope the Cardinals lose next week. I should probably start Swift against the Vikings. So he'll probably get the start at running back next week. Baltimore, is Joe Mixon going to have a big game against Baltimore? That's not a guarantee, although the Bengals' offensive line will have to be better. Better offensive line than, the Houston Texans. They ain't got no offensive line. Speaking of Jerry Jones, he's been very optimistic about the Cowboys. I did predict Stephen Jones would become owner after Jerry's death this year. Will he die? I don't know. Maybe not. Short on time. Dak to the 28-yard line. To the 28-yard line. What's the 28-yard line?
The University of Memphis. CeeDee Oklahoma. Randy Cooks, Oregon State. Michael Gallup, Colorado State.
He's literally named after a CD.
USC.
The 28-yard line. Dak's first completion to the 28-yard line. Wow, the evidence is just astonishing. After all, it's entertainment, right? Entertainment, right? Entertainment. Entertainment. 23 touchdowns, Las Vegas is 23. 3rd and 4, 3 years and 4 months after the ankle injury, Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl. Also, Texas Longhorns scored 34 points in Nick Saban's 28th loss as Alabama coach last night. Oh! Woo! I need a cowboy hat. Where can I get a cowboy hat at? I need to get a cowboy accent, whatever a cowboy accent is. Here's just wide open. Giants are a fake pretender team. I hope the Giants beat the Cardinals.
49, now Ferguson, gain of 9 to the 10-yard line.
Ferguson, is that the kid from Michigan? Nah, I think it's someone else. Anyway, help me. Is that the kid from Michigan or is it someone else? Maybe somewhere else, because Dalton Schultz, he's with the Texans. He stayed in the state of Texas.
Dalton Schultz for a long time. He's off with Houston.
Dalton Schultz was a sacrifice then.
3 tight ends, Ferguson, the lead role. Second year out of Wisconsin. Second and 1 inside one for Pollard. Got the first down. And tackled by Michael McFadden at around the 7-yard line. So we mentioned Ezekiel Elliott in the open.
Well, Giants are just shit, man. How can I saw the spread go from 3.5 to 3 points? So if Cowboys were minus 3.5, then money was on the Giants. If it went from 3.5 to 3 points. Cowboys they've gotten younger. They've gotten younger. Wow, that was the tight window. That was still a hell of a throw by Dak Prescott right there. He's got the belief in his receivers. They're fully clicking with each other. Fuck Lamar Jackson. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Going to go all the way across the formation here.
I'll start Dak Prescott for every single week. I should just get rid of that bum right now.
And break up the touchdown. Big time play by
shit ass fucking quarterback. He's a fucking running back. That piece of shit will never win a championship.
Goal. Here is Dak flipping it out to Devontae Turpin, who started in the backfield.
This piece of shit is throwing over. He can't even throw 20 touchdowns. He's throwing all these picks, but he thinks he should get $300 million. Guy's a pompous prick. He'll never win anything. He's no Joe Burrow. Doesn't think he needs to put in the work. Bum Lamar Jackson is like all these Patreon bums right now that just want handouts like it's candy. They bums! They want to take the money and run and jack off and not do anything else and not care about elevating their performance.
Playing the ball game, right? I mean, here we go. This is
6-0. The missed extra point, I guarantee, was scripted because Cowboys 6 championship. They score the first 6 points of the game.
Hit that mid step, the ball comes out. All the routes are timed up exactly.
This is the year Dak does it for Chase. We'll be live for the Cowboys next week because every week it's a big game for the Cowboys. Cowboys Eagles, Cowboys Bills, Cowboys 49ers, Cowboys Chargers, Cowboys Jets, Cowboys Giants playoff team opening week all day. Every week's a big week for the Cowboys. Incomplete, motherfucker! His arm was in forward motion. Step back. His blocking didn't do the job right there.
Always want to take a look just to make sure that was really an
Okay, if that doesn't put together fancy points, you'll surely do it next week.
Yep.
Was it DeMeco Ryan's defense that caused Lamar Jackson problems? No, because he dropped a simple snap, a simple exchange. Brandon Aubrey had a long of 49 yards. Dallas is 49. Soccer player turned kicker. This gives Dak the incentive to score touchdowns. How good is his kicker? We don't know yet. I think people are going to be nervous about this kicker all season long. But not until we see him kick a 40, 50-yard field goal. Then we'll rest assured we'll know if he's going to be up for the task. But the Dallas Cowboys are manhandling the New York Giants right now as we speak. Cowboys are the best. All the teams are sorry-ass teams. Cowboys are the most accomplished team out there. That's how weak Tom Brady is. He can't even pass the Dallas Cowboys for the New England Patriots. That's how weak the Steelers are. The Steelers can't jump the Cowboys after 28 years of ineptitude.
All you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across
How are the Cowboy hitting bums doing tonight? Will the Giants score a field goal? Be down 3-9 like New York is Camacho 39.
Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life.
I think Dak is born in 1993, isn't he? 9-3, line up with Dak's birth year. Good stuff. Good stuff. First touchdown score in the game on special teams. Wow, mamma mia.
Innovations, comforts, and
A field goal block. Wow, this is out of the world. Field goal block is reverse of 133. Las Vegas, Nevada is 133. I don't really use reverse methods that much, but I will give it its fair due. Field goal block is Camacho 60. It is 6-0 Cowboys. Then it was 9-0. Field goal block to begin the Super Bowl journey for the Dallas Cowboys. Thank God. It's been a wonderful night for the Haydars who were hoping to see the Cowboys look like anything but a championship team. Take that, motherfucker. Take that.
9-0. Dallas on top. Tonight's 4K Skycam.
And Buffalo Bills is also Camacho 60. That's interesting.
Blues got some work to do.
Allegiant Stadium is also Camacho 60. That is the site of the Super Bowl. Cowboys led 6-0.
Nice drive for the Cowboys with the 9 plays and 72 yards. Balls in the red zone, the field goal added. Now Aubrey's kickoff. Again, going to the end zone. Giants will start.
Let's see. Rain Dakota Prescott is Camacho 78. I think it was number 78 of the Giants that had a false start.
No New York. It used to be an old phrase. I love it.
The key false start that pushed the Giants back.
Cleaned up a lot last year. Let's tell you exactly.
So Dak Prescott gets interviewed by Melissa Stark, not Micah Parsons, not Saquon Barkley, not Daniel Jones, not the Giants coach, not Mike McCarthy. So clearly, all scripted, set up for Dak to be the star of the show.
Jones steady as play. Daniel Jones in that contract we mentioned at the beginning. 25 again under siege.
This dude is garbage. I told you he's overrated. It's a shaming ritual. Oh, I want to be paid $40, $50 million. Really? You look anything but a 40, 50, 50. Did they say he's paid $60 million?
He knew they were going to come back to these misdirection plays, sits there, throws.
He is robbing the Giants blind.
And ends up making the play. On the first play a season ago, he got.
I'll take Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray beat this loser twice. Who's Daniel Jones? Eat his ass up. Eat his ass up. Ah! Who's the? That's a hole. Ineligible receiver. Okay.
I think this is going to be on the rookie.
The Cowboys have hit it on the draft. They've got super young. The Niners stand no chance against the Cowboys. No chance. 0. That team is old and washed up. When injuries come, the team is a joke. 49ers are a joke and a choke. Oh, 200 passing yards. Oh, this colleagues. Every quarterback that plays under Shanahan is only a system quarterback. They're all system quarterbacks. I think the quarterbacking was awful this week. Oh! Oh! The scooping score, the fumble. He had control. He had the control. It was and scored the touchdown. How about the boys and Cowboys? America hates it. They hate it. They one team. Mike McCarthy can coach. Cowboys not gonna win tonight. Cowboys are not gonna win tonight. Oh my Lord! Oh my Lord! Mamma mia! The Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I'll come to play out. I'll come to play out. How the Niners? How the Bengals? How the Bills do? We nailed the Chiefs over the Eagles. We're gonna do it again. 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 The Exacta. Again. The boys come to play football. The boys on the bad mission. The giant ending this year. The Lombardi Trophy. We did it against the New York Giants.
Federal Credit Union. They've been helping with my finances since I enlisted.
Special teams. How many points has the field goal block in the? What was it? Yeah, the fumble touchdown. How many points was that?
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
So we're in Norway. First trip together, and it's going pretty well. But when we get into this troll-themed town, we get into a dumb argument. Or just stay mad when you're literally surrounded by trolls in a place called Trollstegen, but you manage it. That's when the tour guide steps in. You hear his voice float out from behind the troll.
Lamar Jackson is still a disgraceful piece of shit.
I haven't missed a view since.
Dallas Cowboys defense has 42 points right now as we speak. 42 points, Super Bowl on the 42nd day of the year.
And save way more. Get us a cut. Your cornflakes cost way less than before this membership. Your grilled steaks cost way less than before. Wait, all of that rhymes with milkshake?
More or less. I'm the team mascot. Boy, am I running late.
Cowboys are the best team in the NFL, and this doesn't come any close to it. Michael Parsons is the best pass rusher in the league. Trevon Diggs, the best quarterback in the league. 15-1. This is easy. 90-1. Cowboys Bills. It's worth a shot. So, yeah. We're not blind by emotion over here. We know we're not. Because I hate the Cowboys, but you got to back them when they're the win. Cowboys are the best. Dak Prescott, what happened to Peggy, all that. Big things are coming to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. This is just not even a high school football team that the Giants have put out. They have made it look to suffocate the Cowboy hater. It's a long night for Dallas when the New York Giants went to the 13-yard line, and then it all went full 180 degrees.
Cowboys history, the first two touchdowns of the year have come by defense or special teams. Touchback, Giants fourth.
Cowboys are the best team in the NFL. The Cowboys 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line.
Pressure, it all comes back to DQ. Dan Quinn, former Falcons head coach, stayed here in Dallas.
The Super Bowl was rigged against Dan Quinn and the Falcons. The bottom line, the NFL fraternity is going to give one back to Dan Quinn for that rigged Super Bowl against the Falcons. This is why he's on the Cowboys. For that rigged Super Bowl against the Falcons, NFL is going to give Dan Quinn another coaching job and another Super Bowl ring. Dan Quinn in 28-3, 28 years later. But Dan Quinn, be back the coordinator. That's the connection. That is the connection right there.
And defensively, when you start seeing all those bootlegs and semi-tricks, and
it's been exposed. It's been exposed to the core. This game is over, right? This is just a warm-up scrimmage. I want to face a real team like the Jets. Cardinals will be a scrimmage. The schedule will get a little bit harder. Yeah, it will.
So many times when you can,
I'm telling you, the Cowboys.
You can go play action.
No, Stephon Gilmore. This is an underrated move.
Trayvon Diggs or Stephon Gilmore.
He's played at a high level like Trayvon Diggs. These guys are better pass rushers than Bruce Irvin or anything the Legion of Boom Seahawks had. What are they doing? Maybe Mike Cardinals have a chance next week. I don't know.
Gonna get down inside and then Bell's
wow, what a joke.
There, and they're just faster than the New York Giants. They're getting to the point where the Giants.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Chris. Before the start of the game, you're saying how faster the Giants are than last year's Giants. They're 1 year wonder. That's all this team is. The bottom line, the Dallas Cowboys own the New York Giants in recent years.
we're back in 30 seconds. After this,
He said 30 seconds. Super Bowl 30 was their last victory.
When the world of business is constantly changing, you need to stay ahead. So what about AI to generate new possibilities?
Bottom line, by the powers of numerology,
What customers will like?
you cannot do any wrong. Why is Dak 40-4? How does that connect to his major injury against the Giants? The Giants is 40. They begin the season against the Giants. Right. Bottom line, Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. Ain't no stinking Baltimore Ravens winning the Super Bowl. Ain't no stinking Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Ain't no 49ers winning the Super Bowl. This is far more impressive performance than anything the 49ers have done. And this is a team that made the playoffs last year. Steelers did not make the playoffs last year.
Jordan Riley comes up to make the tackle. As we get to the end of a lopsided.
I'm surprised he's allowed to wear jewelry on the field like that. That can get ripped off by defensive linemen. I wonder why they're wearing jewelry on the field.
Dallas 16.
I wasn't allowed to wear jewelry on the soccer pitch. I'm surprised these players are allowed to wear these necklaces all day on the field. Dak was wearing some kind of necklace. The Dallas 18-yard line when we come back from the end of the quarter. Ball at the Dallas 18-yard line on purpose because Vegas is Camacho of 18. And the Cowboys lead 16-0. This game is revolved around Dak Prescott, even though the special teams and the defense have gotten the touchdowns. Dak is Camacho 16. It is now 16-0.
Breast treat for my COPD. Things changed for me. Breast treat gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare.
So Cowboys will beat the Jets. Will the Jets start 2-0? No, not a chance. I think they'll beat the Bills, but there ain't no chance they're beating the Cowboys. Aha! Oh yeah. The Jets' next game is 6 days later against the Cowboys. 6 days later after Monday. 6 days later right there. They put it right in front of y'all face right there.
Now with faster charging and an improved range of up to 300.
New York, the 11th state. Micah Parsons got a big sack day next week if he doesn't get it this week.
And luxury design as standard.
Can you picture this? The Jets go full Broadway, that everyone's ready to, Aaron Rodgers, this. The only reason why they're going to suck up Aaron Rodgers is because it's the Dallas Cowboys. And because it's the Dallas Cowboys, everyone who hates the Cowboys can ride Aaron Rodgers nuts and bet the Jets next week. But the Cowboys will win that one without a doubt.
Watch live highlights every Sunday afternoon during the regular season.
I'll put the Cardinal game on my phone. I'll watch the Cardinal game. We'll put the Cowboy game on the big screen next week. Too easy. Bet the Cowboys on the spread and get a $10 free bet. Bet over $50 on the future Super Bowl winner for every week that your Super Bowl bet wins a game. You get a $5 free bet. Already, I get a free bet from that this week. Dak!
A lot of players, including the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. And since it's been like 30 minutes since
I'm telling you, 28-3.
we each saw their high school.
Dan Quinn is going to help the Cowboys win 28 years later. Dan Quinn's going to be a coach next year.
Giants defense tries to make a statement on 3rd and 12. Dak scans, fires for Brandon Cooks.
Pass interference! Pass interference! The refs have been very flag happy. They've been calling lots of pass interference.
What'd you do to run?
Are New York fans really delusional that they thought they were going to win the division or make the playoffs?
Enforced in the NFL, and NFL veterans like Brandon Cooks, they know how to play.
I'll still take the Giants against the Cardinals next week.
And it's really why every NFL team should be throwing deep. At least
King at the top 10! Yannick Mitte! To take the James! Damn right. He is coming for it. It's mind control. He gets swept. He's done. There's all of this. No, he's not done. He is still go. When he's allowed to play ball like he did the first half in game 4, that was 28, 30, 35 points. He can go off anytime he wants. This is not a real sport. Go Kinabani and stay going. If this was a real sport, he could score 80 points every game. That is how dominant Go Kinabani James is.
Inside with Pollard. Nunez Roches, who we saw in Tampa Bay, always impressed with him as a run stopper. He's a new add to this Giants defense. Dallas going to go quick, try to catch the big guys on the field. The Giants sub their pass rushers in. For 3rd and 8. Out of the backfield, he is stopped, and that's the new Giant Isaiah Simmons. He came over in a trade late in the preseason from Atlanta.
I know. Isaiah saying came from the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't think you punt it from here, right? Especially when you're sitting all over this thing. But Isaiah Simmons, you hit on it. He is as fast as anybody on the football.
A simple mistake right there.
He was right there to make that play, and now he needs to make one.
For Christ's sakes, you have heard of the Cardinals.
Dallas needs to get to the
4th down and 3. Dallas Cowboys is 43. That was easy. Brandon Cooks. Let's see. He played with the Patriots. And he played in the Super Bowl with the Patriots. I think he lost the Super Bowl against the Eagles in Super Bowl 52.
He knew exactly what was about to happen to him.
Cowboys win 6 Super Bowls after the Eagles Super Bowl title.
Delivered for his team. And sometimes Dak Prescott trusts those veteran players.
Go Kinabon for the win. I absolutely agree on that count. Cowboys going to lead 23-0 because of Las Vegas is Gematria 23.
7 carries in his career. They all came in 2020.
Yeah, nicknamed the Bull. And they say without question, if they're going to get into some of those pass rush situations, they want him blocking. Ezekiel Elliott's so good blocking. Rico Dowdle now with some of that role.
But I mean, the Cowboys are too good to go 30 years without a championship, right?
Drafted rookie out of North State. He's leading the way for Dowdle. Across the 20-yard line. Sees Ojulari there for the Giants on defense with Dexter Lawrence as Wink Martindale tries to figure out a way to get this thing turned around. Don's his correct first name, but everybody calls him Wink around the league.
That he needs these situations. He needs 2nd and 3rd and longs. His specialty is to blitz. But you can't blitz a team unless you can get him in some of these longer down and distances. So he has a few tricks up his sleeve.
2nd down and 8. That's 28. 2nd down and 8.
20-yard line. It is Dowdle again for a yard. To the 19-yard line. Here comes another 3rd down here for the Giants defense. Mike McCarthy telling Dak what the play is.
Yeah, you got a little flavor of it there. So Wink goes over, he overloads one side. So if they pass, he's going to be able to get some pressure back there on Dak Prescott. 3rd and 8. This is right in Wink Martindale's wheelhouse right here.
See number 5, Kayvon Thibodeau. The Giants' first-round pick from last year. The throw is dropped.
Oh, he dropped it.
Jake Ferguson trying to secure it and turn up for the 1st down. He couldn't. And we'll have a 38-yard field goal attempt coming up.
Good job there by the Cowboys. They use motion to tell him that it's man coverage as the corner goes across the field. He's got his big tight end one-on-one, wide open, just can't hang on to the ball. So a bit of a break for the Giants, and they needed one.
And now Brandon Aubrey tries from 38. And the make from 21 and the missed extra point. Racing is good. And
That was a shaky kick.
That was 2 offensive drives and 2 field goals, along with the special teams and the defensive score. You'll get Times Square as you watch the NFL kickoff. Presented by YouTube TV.
This game is over.
You got the email too? Guess we're all going in.
23 touchdowns he threw last year. He was 2-3 for 2020. Las Vegas 23, Tempe 23. Dallas is located at Texas 28th at Mid-State in the Union.
I'll see you there.
The Cowboys win the Super Bowl 28 years later.
There's a 38-minute slowdown ahead.
Thank you.
Ravens running back Dobbins is out for the year.
Class-leading safety and tech features to elevate your commute. The all-new Hyundai Kona.
Damn.
AutoQuote Explorer from Progressive shows you rates from other companies.
The Broncos lost to the Raiders again.
Is the best policy.
This team just gets owned
I
by
buy you a corner.
their division rivals without Peyton Manning.
Who are you?
They have a hard time finding a good quarterback. Peyton Manning is underrated. They always had good defense, but even with Russell Wilson, they cannot make the playoffs. The Giants suck. They're a joke. Really, they are.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey. By Chipotle, real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle. By Lowe's. Lowe's knows home improvement. And by Bud Light, we remind you to drink responsibly.
Is Trevon Diggs going to pick it for 6?
2014. The Odell catch. Say no more. It happened right there in that spot. I'll never be able to listen to you and Alan sitting there watching it. You really, truly were the first one of you. That might be the best catch I've ever seen.
A 3-fingered catch I've never seen. But the best play that he made on that thing was that he somehow stayed in bounds. I mean, it was remarkable. It was just remarkable.
It was funny when we watched the Giants and we see the rookie Jalen Hyatt at number 13, and my first reaction was, Odell. Oh, no, it's not Odell. It's just like ingrained in your mind forever, 13 in that play in that end zone.
You know, the other thing about Odell is he was kind of on his way to being a Super Bowl MVP against the Bengals.
Now, 49ers scored 30 points today. The Cowboys last championship was in Super Bowl 30. Not necessarily one of the contenders out there for the championship.
Key block on a play earlier.
But it's not going to end well for them.
The Ravens suffered several injuries in that one. See if the Giants can get anything going. Jones running for his life. Throws it back across. The flag down. Was Jones in bounds? It's ruled a pick on the field by Stephon Gilmore.
Oh! John Gilmore for the interception.
He was looking for
Guy's trash. Guy's trash. He should pay back the fans. He only cares about money. He's a joke. Daniel Jones is trash. Legit trash.
Interception.
It was interesting right at the very end of the play as I was watching, and Parsons is running down Daniel Jones. Let's take a look at this hit. He was inbound when he makes
Even the
contact.
referees know Daniel Jones is garbage.
All good. And then the veteran, the 12th-year man, Gilmore, he's able to scoop it before it hits the turf. Close look at it right there, and Brian Dable is asking over there on the sideline as well. This guy's got to look at it. It's an interception in Dallas.
I mean, the Giants have no choice but take a look at him.
Gilmore right there and right in front of the Giants bench. Comes up with
Look at the Cowboys. They don't win the Super Bowl.
back to Tony Pollard in the backfield. Dak looking up top. On by Brandon.
Best quarterback in the NFL.
Down to the 22-yard line. He'll pick up about 15 or 16.
And now because the Cowboys are running well, they can go play action.
This is the
and
best
get some
defense in the
separation
league.
with their speed guys down the field. You just get the feeling they just rave about Brandon
Fuck
Cooks, not
Lamar
just as a
Jackson.
player, a guy that's had 1,000 yards in multiple places. He keeps getting traded for number 1 or number 2 draft picks around. But this guy has added some
Fuck Lamar
real
Jackson.
education, if you will, to that wide receiver room, and they think all of them have gotten better because of him.
This is Devontae Turpin in the backfield. Just going to take the pitch. Run toward the edge. Get a nice block. Get to the 16-yard
Go Cowboys!
The left tackle had an ankle injury earlier this week. Was out there leading the way for the little guy. 5'7" Turpin.
You can go ahead and start fitting that gold jacket if you want to. This guy's been one of the better left tackles in all of football. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy. And so if he can this year, I mean, it's really important. Not a lot of experience behind the starting offensive line of the Cowboys. So his health is going to be a major story this year.
The 17 play action. Dak on time. To land. Incomplete.
He should have had him.
Corey Jackson was there in coverage. We got a flag.
The Giants are self-destructing.
Now, could this be the education continues? Before the pass, the little contact.
Cowboys!
The rookie Deontay Banks.
Well, it's great coverage, especially if you're in college. So let's go
Cowboys
5
have
yards
looked
down
great.
the field there, and all good till there, and now it just keeps on going, and he shoves them out of bounds, and that's the difference. The NFL is about
Mike McCarthy's going to
scoring
surpass
points.
Mike Holmgren with this.
So you're going to see a lot of
He's
points
going to
scored.
surpass him in playoff wins when he wins the championship. You know, right after the Cowboys get the number 1 seed.
First and 10 from the 11. And Dak keeps it. Gets the block from Ferguson. He goes to the 5-yard line. Give him about 5 on that one. You see Prescott made a lot of noise early on when he ran the football, especially for touchdowns. A lot less of it, obviously, as he's been injured and gotten older.
Yeah, but I do think it's a part of this offense, and that was pretty significant in my mind that Mike McCarthy called that play, because that now plants another thought in your mind when you're down here in this tough red zone.
Second and 4, it is Pollard seeking space, fights towards that 1-yard line.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it if they get anywhere near the end zone.
Former Jet first-round pick. 4th year now with the Giants, throws him down. Mark is just short of the 3rd down.
Big Zach Martin back in there. There was a bit of a holdout. They got settled, and thank goodness they did. Terrence Steele, the right tackle, just overwhelming these guys up front right now. Steele with a remarkable comeback after his ACL, and the offensive line is dominating.
3rd and 1, pitch to Pollard. To the end.
Tony Pollard, touchdown!
Tony Pollard takes it in, and the interception by Jones turns into another Cowboy touchdown. It is a rout, a quarter and a half into this one.
The game is over.
Wow. We are talking about the New York Giants, a team that battled all season long, found their way into the playoffs a season ago, won a playoff game on the road, and They have simply been dismantled here tonight.
Brandon Aubrey. 26-0. A quarter and a half in.
Wow.
Complete dominance starts with the Stephon Gilmore pick. And the payoff.
Cowboys have dominated this game.
26-0 Dallas.
Right now on FanDuel, new customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus. Sunday ticket from YouTube TV, so you can live bet all game.
I'll start Dak Prescott every game of the season. I promise that, okay?
Become Sundays again.
Lamar Jackson is straight up garbage. I should never ever trust him ever again. There's been rushing touchdowns, so I guess Dak isn't going to get the stats in this game. Let me see how many points is Dak?
Thank you.
Class leading.
Hopefully another defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown.
Lowe's knows to pay like a pro. You need the products pros trust.
Did you make a call on call?
142.
Actually, it's Dallas Cowboys name.
I like that because I played for the Cowboys. You got this. We got you.
The NFL season is here. They are showing out.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys or Bills defense? Probably go with the Cowboys defense against the Cardinals next weekend. That's going to be the top defense in the league by far. The Raiders are not going to commit, that many turnovers or whatever, but I don't know who Buffalo has in week 3, but we'll see if I start the Bills defense in week 3. But the first 2 weeks, it's going to be the Cowboys defense.
That's why this QB prefers an 5-8 beast.
And this QB prefers it.
And if we prefer it,
We know you'll prefer it too.
Are you trying to out-spokesperson me?
Maybe.
Viruses and bacteria float all around us. Unlike air fresheners, only new Lysol Air Sanitizer kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria in the air. Because scent can't sanitize, Lysol can.
You're the science guy.
That's Bill Nye. I'm actually the behavioral science guy. Are you familiar with predictable irrationality, paradoxical persuasion, bereavement, sex?
Nothing irrational about that.
The Irrational, September 25th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Country legend Reba McEntire joins John and Gwen Nile for a new season. It's The Voice, September 25th on NBC and streaming on Peacock. River, New York, across the way here in New Jersey, where it has been all Dallas. The touchback that the drive starts at the 25 for the Giants. That brings Micah Parsons back out. We talked about his prowess with the sacks, third player with 12 or more in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. But the story deeper with Micah is where they came from. Year 1, they were lining him up on the line, back to the linebacker, and an even split. He was so impressive on the line. Was put on the edge more at Dallas last year. That's where all of his sacks came from. And Chris, it just shows you why Micah Parsons has become one of the top players, runner-up and defensive player of the year in his first 2 seasons.
Yeah, we'll tell a few stories on him, too.
Good. I think you're going to time. From the 25. Saquon Barkley inside. And he goes, no,
Giants have nothing going on for them.
First grade Giant fans let them know. It's good to visit with Michael. We were down in Dallas on Friday.
Yeah, he's paying attention. That Nick Bosa contract got he said that would surpass anything I was thinking about. But the interesting thing is he's such a good pass rusher, but he has short arms comparatively. And when you have short arms, sometimes those big 6'6" offensive linemen can just jab you, and yet they don't even look like they're making contact. And we'll tell you what.
2nd and 9. Jones throwing underneath, and is caught by Paris Campbell, but only for 2 yards. 27. We have a flag down back in the secondary. Trayvon Diggs just looked at the official and said, "Really?" He might have said something else. I don't know, but.
Taunting?
Before the pass, holding defense, number 7. Primary penalty for previous foul, automatic
How's that old?
Just to finish up the story on Parsons, so he was getting hit in the face quite a bit, and he turned to boxing, and it has really helped him. Dig still a little wrestling of his own on that one.
And Sterling Shepard there. It's the 5th first down for the Giants. They had 3 in their first drive and 1 after that. Daniel Jones only 1 of 6. There's another completion. The second one, first punt to Darren Waller. All right, show me this boxing you're talking about. The arm deal.
As soon as contact is going to be made on Parsons, he gets his hands up in front of his face so they can't jab him like that. And then he just started training boxing to make sure that he knew how to avoid those hits and block them. But you'll see at contact, Micah Parsons get his hands up in front of his face and do exactly what you just saw.
Sam Williams out there on one of the edges rushing for Dallas right now as Barkley gets hit hard inside.
How did the Giants ever make it to the Cowboys?
Third in a couple of years,
13
6-17
yard
till
line.
halftime.
Well, and the other thing now you're getting from the Dallas Cowboys is sitting on this lead, they're able to rest some of their star players, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they can really run through some pass rushers. Dante Fowler, Sam Williams, Lawrence Armstrong had 8.5 sacks a season ago. They have good players everywhere. When they get in this mode, anybody can rush.
3rd and 1, Jones pulls it, throws it, it is caught by Waller. Giants think Darren Waller can give them a dimension to the offense that can really change.
Darren Waller will probably
a lot.
score
We're
a
not seeing it
touchdown
early,
next
but
week.
they feel as the season goes on, it'll be a big part of what Brian Daboll dials up.
So exactly what we're talking about there. They're going to send some pressure off the edge here and then get people out into the flat. And this time it's Waller. I think they've got to begin to run this offense through him and at least find out what all they might be capable of with him in a game like this.
47, Barkley behind the line of scrimmage, terrific penetration there. It's Jonathan Hankins and Lawrence Armstrong. And when you're talking about all the defensive linemen who are on the sideline, those big names still out there for Dallas.
Jonathan Hankins is a guy they just have to have show up this season. They really do. Mozzie Smith's still going to be a rookie, but they put a lot of size out there on the field. Mozzie Smith, the draft pick, 6'3", 337. Jonathan Hankins, trade last year from the Raiders, 6'3", 320, and they need inside help.
Parsons lined up inside there. Jones throws up the middle. It's almost
Ah, that was close.
almost had what would be the 3rd interception of this first half for Jones.
You can see the pressure coming around the edge, so he steps up. And he steps right into Leighton Vander Esch, who they're going to use a lot more as a pass rusher.
Hey, Jonathan Hankins came from the Raiders. Jonathan Hankins is going to be playing the Super Bowl over at Las Vegas.
Parsons, Sam Williams, and all those guys, they're going to throw number 55 at you quite a bit this year, too.
Third and 12. Jones running for his life again. Taking off past midfield.
Squab.
Bounced by Vander Esch. It's going to be 5.5 short of the first down. 4:36 left at the 48. 4th down coming.
One of the things that you talk about in football is the quarterback speeding up his clock, which means that ordinarily you feel comfortable, that amount of time is much shorter now. That time is down to almost 0 for Daniel Jones at this point, because when you start getting hit from both sides,
Oh, they're going
I
for
don't
it.
care how tough you are, eventually you're going to start looking around.
Mike McCarthy going to take the time out here. And Dallas will get set up as Daboll lines up to go for it on 4th and 5. Down 26 here in the second quarter. Well, let's just start down the sideline.
Mike, I'm over on the Cowboys sideline, been observing how they're reacting to this game. At first, it was the defensive guys were celebrating, and Malik Hooker came over and said, "No, I need more. He was serious about it." But now, I mean, Trayvon Diggs, he is trash talking. He gathered the guys and said, "I have an announcement to make to the Giants. Do not throw the ball anymore." So they loosened up a bit, and they're having fun with this.
Well, they did. Malik almost had an interception as well.
Are you sure that wasn't Daniel Jones saying that?
On the other side of it, Kayvon Thibodeau and the Giants defense, they've seen Dallas really have 3 drives and score a field goal, touchdown when they've had the ball. 13 points there, and then the 13 they added with the special teams defensive score minus 1 missed extra point. 4th and 5, Matt Breida up the back for the Giants. And Jones escapes again, stops, throws across his body. Waller brings it in for the first down at the 26-yard line. Good looking play, and a gain of 20.
Good throw. They needed that.
That's it. That's it. That's the guy who's a better player than what they have guarding him out there. And so go to it. You know, when you have LeBron James, let him shoot the basketball. You have Darren Waller, and he can make catches like that and balls that aren't perfectly thrown. Let's go.
So good those last 4 years.
Also, Daniel Jones was the 6th overall pick in the draft. Cowboys begin their 6th Super Bowl run against Daniel Jones, the 6th overall pick.
This year, Barkley at the middle. And Barkley was picking up steam right around the 24-yard line with 3.5 to go to the half.
So one of the things the Giants are going to do now is when they want to run, they start to compress the formations. They bring the wide receivers in, they bring in extra tight ends, and try and pound it right up the middle. But you also get a very condensed version of the Cowboys defense at that point.
Side Barkley once again. 21-yard line. Saquon Barkley played a lot last year. Played 3 out of every 4 snaps before the Giants, and that's even with missing a game, sitting in Week 17. He was the most used running back by percentage of plays in the NFL last year.
And he had the mistake, right? So the ball comes out, 4 touchdowns, and so on. They spent some time with him, developing him as a receiver. So now you've got Waller on one side. Barkley has to become a part of this passing game. He's so good in space. You have to get him the ball in space somehow.
3rd and 5, he escapes there. Jones goes to him, and Barkley. Good move to slow down the defender. Jaron Curse to get the first down. So Barkley on the catch. And the Giants in the red zone.
So now you move him around and you get him in man-to-man coverage on the safety, Jaron Curse. Well, this guy, remember, he runs 4-4. He'll take that matchup against almost anybody, and then when he gets in the open field, he's a problem for defensive backs.
Read at top of the screen. Giants spread across the field here. As we get down to the 2-minute warning, so the Giants trying to get something to take to the locker room at halftime. 16 in the first quarter. Dallas has kept it on in the second quarter. The big teams in the NFC have had big statements on this week 1. Dallas being heard here tonight.
These guys are making me fall asleep.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's retire.
Why not?
Okay, what are Dak Prescott's stats for the half? Cowboys can lead the league in interceptions. They just need to get a pick 6 for Trayvon Diggs. Well, he's a shutdown guy, so he can't even throw the ball in his general direction.
I need a senior discount.
Giants 18 carries at the TV timeout. Vegas is 18. Daniel Jones 11 attempts, 5 completions, 2 interceptions.
I'm good, right?
He could score a touchdown for his 6th completion of the game, 6th overall pick. The Cowboys begin the run from the 6th Super Bowl against the 6th overall pick in the draft from Duke, Daniel Jones. He's born on the 27th day of the 5th month. Cowboys go 27 years without winning the title.
Describe the chicken to someone who has never tasted it.
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer. You know, it's almost like a farmer's market.
Daniel Jones won 17 games with Duke. Eli's Gamache 17. He was selected, of course, to be Eli's replacement. And Eli Manning won the remarkable Giant upset in Super Bowl 42. And that's the thing about the Giants. The Giants won Super Bowl 42. The Super Bowl's on the 42nd day of the year. The Cowboys begin the season against the winner of Super Bowl 42.
The all-new Hyundai Kona.
So the Giants won Super Bowl 42. Super Bowl's on the 42nd day of the year. The Cowboys begin the year against the Giants. And of course, they were the team that Dak Prescott he suffered his injury against.
Maria Taylor back with you. Coming up, the Toyota halftime. The Eagles hung on to win it in Foxborough, and the Niners made a statement in Pittsburgh. Highlights are coming up next. Back to you, Mike.
Well, Maria, thank you. Good to see you. Football Night in America Crew, 7 o'clock Eastern Time every Sunday.
Daniel Jones is not all that, I believe.
For Sunday Night Football. Giants, 1st and 10. Desperate for a score. Jones tries to get away, can't do it. Lawrence Armstrong.
Man, he sucks. You all suck. Offensive line sucks. Cardinals always get 5 or 6 sacks against the Giants. This team is taking, so it doesn't matter.
Hold up against those pass rushers, and they are attacking again. And we talked about Lawrence Armstrong. He's sort of taken over that Michael Bennett role. He used to play for Seattle in Dan Quinn's defense. And
Cardinals defense, when they play against Washington, against this offensive line.
The loss of 5 on the sack. The 19, Jones throws incomplete on the run, trying to get it to Paris.
You suck, Dan.
5th year in the league, played with the Colts, start of his career.
That's a big miss right there. That was the one easy throw they had.
Many of these quarterbacks are so mediocre. Justin Fields is mediocre. Daniel Jones is mediocre. Ken Pickett's mediocre. I would say that the quarterback play, the standard of quarterback play has gone down in the NFL.
Giants are looking for more from their receivers. So far, 5 completions for Jones, none to wide receivers. The 19 thought better of it and took the punishment.
Matt Ryan was far better. Kurt Warner, Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers in his prime, Eli Manning, Tony Romo. These quarterbacks can't hang with these guys. They can't hang with these gunslingers. Cam Newton better than a lot of these guys starting nowadays.
And more vets are deciding it's time for a fresh approach to pet food.
Carson Palmer's better than many of these garbage ass quarterbacks like Justin Fields, for example.
Dog food that's actually, well, food. Developed for pets, made from real meat and veggies, portioned for your dog, and delivered right to your door. It's smarter, healthier pet food.
The Giants had a good first drive. Looked like they were going to line up for a field goal, and Graham Gano's very good kicker. Only missed 3 last year. Had it blocked by Wanye Thomas, so they'll try it again. This one from 36 yards out. And Gano missed it to the right. 3 all year.
Whoa! Oh, comedy. This team's a joke. I'll keep this stream running to the 3rd quarter. See if we get any more stuff to laugh at.
Well, but not too bad. Just a miss. 26-0. Dallas.
Relax, you're playing the tanking Cardinals next week. Surely you can beat the Cardinals.
My daughter is not herself right now. Baby, if you don't make it, I don't make it. Come on, baby. Come here, Toasty.
I'm starting to feel bored. I mean, Cowboys need to face a real team, not this trash ass team. They're a giant abomination.
Maybe too much? Not saying it. Defense wins championships.
NFL fans, gear up and go big with
Giants suck. We're all waiting for the Jets to play tomorrow.
One-handed catches and diving touchdowns.
The NFL is back with unbelievable moments. You can't make this stuff up. Up your game with a Samsung Big Screen TV from Best Buy, the official home entertainment retailer of the NFL.
I'll be there in 30, maybe an hour. Schedule that for 4 o'clock.
The all-new Hyundai Kona with class-leading interior space and tech features.
Rerouting.
Now that NFL Sunday Ticket is only on YouTube and YouTube TV, you can sign up in minutes. No 2-year contract or dish needed. It's never been easier to be a fan. No, kind of. Last chance to save $50.
Hello, Patrick Mahomes.
Wait, who do you even play for? T-Mobile. And I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals that suck you with a 3-year device contract. You know me, sir?
No, T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade really every year.
Thanks, man. Now how do the things?
Do the same. Excellent.
Take charge of your upgrades with our Best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
Let's have a huddle. You don't know what huddle is, do you?
No.
You will fight you dirty.
Is there any way?
This is a declaration of war.
So Dallas takes over at the 26, leading by 26. Tony Pollard's the back. Exactly up for the score. 1:05 to go. The sideline shot is out of bounds and incomplete. Michael Gallup caught it.
A blocked field goal return. That is insane.
The corner hopping to the sideline. Deontay Banks.
Two very different nights for these two quarterbacks here this evening, and it's been Daniel Jones who has seen somebody in his face.
The blocked field goal was recovered by Dallas at the Dallas 42-yard line, and one of their players returned it for 58 yards. Super Bowl 58 is on the 42nd day of the year.
A very comfortable night tonight, and I would say at least so far, it looks like Dak likes this new Mike McCarthy Texas Coast offense.
Hit there as he throws the pass is incomplete, trying to get out to Pollard. Dexter Lawrence got inside there. Dexter Lawrence got a big contract extension. The player who had a big year a season ago.
Dexter Lawrence, the guy with a big personality as well. 7.5 sacks led the New York Giants last year. His first Pro Bowl, second team All-Pro, and he has been just tremendous. They need to get him more one-on-one opportunities. Unfortunately, we really haven't heard from the other guys. Leonard Williams a little bit, Kayvon Thibodeau not so much. You know, they need to crank it up. They need a defensive score.
Deontay Banks was hurt on that play, battling with Gallup on the sideline. Nick McLeod is the corner at the top of the screen. Dallas takes its final time out here with the play clock running down.
I'll tell you, Mike, I've been impressed so far. I think that it's hard for a quarterback and like Dak Prescott to change his style. I mean, that's really what they're asking him to do. Joe Montana.
Right after the second half, I'll break down the entire game.
They had the footwork and the timing, not only the quarterback's timing, but with the wide receivers as well. And you would see Joe Montana 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That back foot would hit. And almost before the back foot was on the ground, the ball was starting to come up. And from a defensive standpoint, it was almost impossible to cover. And so what they're trying to do with Dak, because of all the interceptions a season ago, is let's make some easy throws for him. If the first guy's open, yes, in the flat or wherever, just take it. Let's take some easier throws.
56 seconds left, 3rd and 10. And they decide to run it with Pollard, get to the 30. Giants take their final time.
I'm just bored right now.
50 seconds remaining this first half. So the numbers
Completely dominated them.
in terms of completion percentage, 50%. West Coast offense, you're expecting more. And Daniel Jones on the other side has had
Cowboys are going to be ready for this. I guarantee it.
And just the 5 completions, none to wide receivers. And
Kicking game, woeful.
Taking over the play calling because
offensive line, woeful.
It's a dilemma for a coach. Do I call plays? Do I not? Because it takes a lot of time during the week. You don't just show up on Sunday and do it. And Mike McCarthy made that choice.
Well, because of all the Giants' possession and the special teams plays in the running game, well, Dak only has 4 points right now, so LAMAR only has 6 more points than Dak.
The rookie Eric Gray, first NFL touch for Gray, is brought down.
Need another defensive touchdown. 42 seconds left. Super Bowl on the 42nd day. Ball recovered at the 42-yard line. Cowboys return it for 58 yards. So that's what we need to know with the scripted game.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Stop what you're doing and tell everyone exactly why the Cowboys have won the Super Bowl. I will do that right this second. Congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys, the winner of Super Bowl 58 on the 42nd day of the year. The New York Giants, their last championship occurred in Super Bowl 42. This is why the Cowboys begin against the New York Giants in the number 6 overall pick, Daniel Jones. The Cowboys blocked field goal. They score first 6 points in the game. It's a Cowboys 6 Super Bowl at the Dallas 27-yard line. 27 years without a title for the Cowboys. They're going to beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Their last championship was against Buffalo. It's Buffalo. That's 27. The snap was not handled well by Daniel Jones. It went over his hands. It went over right behind him. Daniel Gamache, 27. The blocked field goal. It was a 45-yard field goal. Cowboys last hosted Super Bowl 45. The Cowboys is 45. The blocked field goal was recovered by Dallas at the Dallas 42-yard line and then returned for 58 yards for the touchdown. Super Bowl 58 is on the 42nd day of the year. As far as blocked field goal goes, blocked field goal in initials is Camacho 38. The Raiders are hosting the Super Bowl. Raiders is 38. Blocked field goal return in abbreviations. Or just blocked field goal by itself. Blocked field goal return is 102. Cowboys is Camacho 102 and 30. Good stuff. When we go on the play-by-play for the game, through the entire game, let's see. Blocked field goal return. The Giants punt took a while for the Dallas Cowboys to finally take the field. Dak Prescott passed short right. His first pass of the game was to Ferguson to the Dallas 28-yard line. That was his first passing attempt to the Dallas 28-yard line. 2nd and 8 at the Dallas 28. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl 28 years later. The Cowboys are the best team in the NFL. Cowboys have the best pass rusher, the best quarterback, the best coach, the best and most underrated coach ever in the history of the NFL. I just look at how the Aaron. I haven't seen Aaron Rodgers on the Packers win anything without Mike McCarthy. What y'all been saying now? Ew, another sack. Wow, this is brutal. These guys are amateurs. The Cowboy haters, they all a bunch of amateurs tonight. They got absolutely spanked. They got whipped right behind. Cowboys 41 yards rushing at halftime. Super Bowl Gamache 41. It's not Prescott. Relax. His time will come. He's going to beat the Jets. He's going to beat many of the good teams out there, like the 49ers, in my view. And Daniel Jones ends up getting 13 pass attempts in the first half. Mind you, it's Dallas. That's 13. A scripted block, scoop, and fumble. The ball picked up at the 42-yard line for 58 yards. The scripted touchdown cannot be any more evident that Dallas Cowboys are winning the championship, period. over the Buffalo Bills. I expect the Cowboys to win on prime time. Will the Bills win? We'll find out. But if the Jets go undefeated against the Cowboys, national broadcast on CBS, network producers are very happy. If they're against a garbage Jets team. Well, if the Jets win, then Jets, you'll face the real team next week. If it's a real team of New York, the Jets. See about that. I know why. The Jets ain't got no chance against the Cowboys. Book that. I have no doubt the field goal, the botch snap, then the field goal. It just completely scripted.
And that defensive line is dominant for Dallas.
But who just said it's like a chip away, right?
Yeah, keep chipping away. One play at a time.
It's just scripted field goal.
In LA and led Miami to a win over the Chargers in the final minutes. It was a big day. We're going to have the highlights coming up next.
Well, duh. The Giants won Super Bowl 42. This is why they begin the season against the next winner of the Lombardi Trophy. You can't get more obvious than that, I tell you. Don't get more obvious than that. Cowboys win Super Bowl 58. That's right. Field goal. Ball picked up at 42-yard line. It was a scripted play without a doubt. It cannot get any more obvious. God, that is all the proof we need. One play says it all. Trayvon Diggs gets first interception against Aaron Rodgers. Or, there's a lot of rain there at New Jersey. Cowboys going to make it rain. Unlike Gamache special teams, but it's not a big deal. Special teams is Gamache the 42nd day. So I imagine the Cowboys are making these special teams plays because special teams equals the 42nd day of the year. Special teams is this week, Dak Prescott the next week. We'll see some kickoff punt returns. Yep, that's going to occur some time later. It'll probably happen against the Cardinals. So find out who the Cowboys kickoff and punt returner is. And Dak's first completion. It's amazing. Set up second today. Now a sixth Super Bowl. They win over at the Meadowlands. Brazil wins their sixth World Cup over at the Meadowlands, right across the street from the place where Pele played his last game. So there's going to be a little tribute there to 2026 because Pele Neymar just passed Pele for the all-time goals list for Brazil. So yeah, they're a big giant laughing stock. The New York Giants. Anyone who thinks the Cowboys suck is a huge laughing stock. I mean, their pick to win the Super Bowl is just not doing very well. The Cowboys are the best. The Cowboys own the NFL. They own the NFL this year. People cannot stand seeing the Cowboys own the NFL. But you know this team going prime time out the way when they making noise all across the NFL. Deion Sanders, like I think off the easy said, or I don't think it was off the easy who said that. I think it was someone else that said it. I was wondering where he was at. So I was wondering where all the GOAT thing LeBron Nation is at. Ain't got no man bite mentality to get back and start attacking. And go out and brace up, take a hit to the chin, and come right back up and get right back at it. So, Stimmy too raw. I told him back at the break after Lakers lost, but it's been 3 months. He's really been making you crying for 3 months. But hey, they're still crying. They're still crying over last year. Ain't got no sense of perspective whatsoever. You already won if you combine next year with last year as far as the investments go. No one lost any money last year. That's just a lie that they lost money. Over 3-4 years, you have a net winning on the Lakers. That is just not true. That you lost money on the Lakers. No. You just make it a year later. You still have won. You just have to wait a little bit. You never ever lost it because it's coming. The Lakers already won. That 30-1, whatever. Your overall net winning is going to be 15-1. You never lost no money on the Coquila Project. That is a lie. No one's going to believe in Coquila LeBron James anyways this year, are they? No one believes in Kingo LeBron James. This is solid stuff right there. Dak's first completion, the special teams play at the 42-yard line, returned 58 yards. That botch snap on third down, that false start, it's all rigged. It's all rigged.
15 yards, and this pinpoint fade in the back of the end zone. Tua and the offense looks unstoppable.
So much speed for them. Jordan Love.
What? Jordan Love filling the shoes of Aaron Rodgers, very poised in the pocket. You see here, touchdown to Dobbs. And then, does this not look like Aaron Rodgers right there? Little back shoulder magic.
I need a couple special teams touchdowns. Cowboys defense has 45 points. Fuck Lamar Jackson.
But it's done. Pretty good's done. It's really good. I mean, it's phenomenal. Feels the blitz on the backside. Minka Fitzpatrick's coming, sets up, makes the great throw. 3 great quarterbacks today.
Incredible coming off of that injury, too. We'll see where Purdy and the Niners land on the latest PST Power Rankings presented by Toyota. That'll be Wednesday morning at 7 Eastern on Peacock. All right, Chris, we got to see whether or not the Giants can chip away in the second half. Give us something to chip.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Chip away, chip what?
This has been the Toyota halftime. Let's go places.
Okay, everybody, playoff time. What do we got?
I say we run last year's script back. Who doesn't love a good sequel, right?
Nice.
But we're just going to tweak the ending a little bit.
Here we go. Write that down.
What if that Jimmy Garoppolo character fell in love with my character?
That's good. Steamy. Forbidden love. I like it, Mama Kay.
That's a good looking guy right there, Mom. I see where you're going.
Whoa. Me like it.
Vegas, baby!
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. You can pick up the tab even when you forget your wallet.
Fargo, send Cat $145 since
Do you Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo.
Trust falls? Really?
Come on, Jack. It'd be great for morale.
If I wanted to raise morale, I'd offer a choice of 2 sandwiches plus curly fries, a taco, and a drink for only $5.
Thanks, Jack. I trust you guys.
Try my $5 Jack Pack today.
It's all day, Robbie. Okay, guys, you ready? You know where the bathroom is. Oh, okay, baby, that's what I'm talking about.
Hi, I'm Mark Pryor.
And I'm Alexis Pryor.
And if you want a law team that acts and fights for you, call a husband and wife law team.
We take the time to source the finest oats, so you can make a wholesome breakfast topped just the way you like it. Simple ingredients, pure enjoyment. Bob's Bread Milk, nourish to flourish. Fargo is the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo.
Oh, come on.
Fargo is using this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
I found it. I found my card.
And also this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
Do you Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of all rights.
Well, even after winning by 26 points, Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl. This is on the NFL on the Fox, Facebook page. Like they still don't think the Cowboys can make the Super Bowl.
NFL Kickoff Weekend is presented by YouTube TV, the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Sign up now. Tonight's first half replay is presented by Progressive.
Here at MetLife with the traditional sellout crowd, it's the Cowboys and the Giants on Sunday Night Football. Breakthrough by Thomas, Noah Avenue gets the first score of the year. Barkley got hit, fumbles into the hands of the Rob Glenn.
This is when it gets ugly.
Made another touchdown to his favorite rabbits.
Progressive. Bundle home and auto and save.
Third quarter getting underway. 26-0. The Dallas Cowboys one-sided first half, the second largest halftime lead in series history. One better than 27-0 2 decades ago. Daniel Jones under pressure throughout the night. Got to him 4 times, couple of picks. The Giants quarterback in Dallas. Offense, defense, special teams, all with a touchdown. Philadelphia did it in the first half of their opener back in 2009. No one since. And we leave Midtown Manhattan, come back over to New Jersey, and welcome you back to NFL Kickoff presented by YouTube TV. Mike Rico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark. Here at MetLife, and Dak Prescott proudly wearing that NFL Man of the Year sticker on his jersey. Man of the Year last year. The Cowboys offense on the field first. And Brad Gano's kicking off. Devontae Turpin back deep for Dallas. Heavier rain before and at the start of the game. It's still raining, a bit lighter now. No return, touchback. See the 25-yard line. Here's Melissa.
Mike, I spoke to Giants head coach Brian Dable at the half. He was very calm, very matter of fact. I asked about team morale, and he said, well, we're not happy. It's an adverse time. He said, but we can't get it all back together at once. So I told the guys the only thing I could tell them, we have to put one good play together at a time.
It's got to be stinging, Chris. Just like a shock to the system when you come into the season, and this is where you start.
Yeah.
First down for Dak. From the 25, that slant is caught. Michael Gallup.
I have this guy on my fantasy team, but I don't think he's going to have a big role. Maybe I have to replace Michael Gallup.
The games look a little bit easier for Dak. We went through all of his interceptions, right? He threw 15 in the regular season, 2 in the playoffs. We went through everybody. Most of them were his fault. But most of them also were taking shots downfield, which is a good thing. But tonight, you're seeing him just sort of taking what the defense gives him.
The extra yards for first down, the 42, goes Pollard up the middle for a
Strong
gain
run, Tony.
of 7.
Great job.
And so you just don't know. If you're Daniel Jones and you're sitting there and the reality of this is sinking in because they couldn't beat the Cowboys last year because they couldn't pass protect against them. And so far tonight, it's probably been worse than what it was last year.
Third time Turpin's line up in the backfield to take the carry this time. The guys will stop them after a gain of a yard and bring up 3rd and 2. We went back and watched the Thanksgiving game. It was an exciting game, a ton of viewers. The early start, the Giants were going, how did they stay in this game? Because it felt a little bit like this, where there was constant pressure on Daniel Jones.
Well, but you saw the Dallas Cowboys adjust. They weren't going to give him all those bootleg plays and the misdirection plays that he got from that game.
There you go, Dad.
3rd and 2, the Giants bring 3. And
Wow, what a dime.
A lot of bodies is caught by CD Lamb.
Lots of traffic.
The first down, Devon Thibodeau dropped back, was going to get a hand on that.
CD Lamb
First down, Dallas.
is going to be part of the next NFC team to win the Super Bowl since LA Rams.
Dak Prescott is going to throw it right through his ear hole in that tiny little opening. But again, when you're throwing the ball 10 yards instead of 25 yards, sometimes those things go your way.
48-yard line, Jake Ferguson makes the way for Pollard. To the 23-yard line, Tony Pollard with a gain of 25.
And we're just seeing everything go the right way. We get a double team.
You go, Tony. Keep on running.
He's been dominant so far in this
Good.
game as well.
Nice counter. Nice guard pull there.
On the offensive side. And from Mike McCarthy's standpoint, he told us flat out, look, when my defense is playing great football, I'm going to let him play. And what's he do on this drive? He comes out, he runs the ball, he milks the clock a little bit. He's got to go in his way.
Tony is running, picking up 3-4 yards with ease. The Giants suck.
Talk about the makeup of a team and Mike McCarthy taking over as the play caller, the head coach. Do you think maybe it'll be more dynamic, a little bit different? And hey, we're good on offense, but we have to play through our defense because that's what will win a championship for us if we do it.
Well, and the defense.
When we do it. When we do it.
But it was just a slight edge because the offense was giving it away way too much.
That's the first thing he said to Melissa at halftime. 2nd and 6. Dak surveys, fires, incomplete.
He's had some rough drops.
Great tight ends. Xavier McKinney's back
Gotta
there.
do better at catching the ball. Dalton Schultz is a very valuable member of the team.
Perfect throw. You cannot make a better throw than that right now. He had Hendershot. He's going to throw it at the back shoulder. He actually is protecting his receiver. Bingo. I mean, that's in traffic. Perfect.
CD Lamb. Running around. Throw the other way.
Tony Pollard.
The bucket. Lost the football. And of course.
Hold on to the ball.
Right to Dallas. The center Tyler Goddard from down there.
Lucky break. Cowboys are better than your scrub ass team you think's gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Come on! It's gonna win the Super Bowl this year. This is a much better performance than the 49ers.
He just happened to be right there. Here he is finishing a block. Ball kicks off of Pollard's knee, and Bionich is right on it.
The fumble was forced by Bobby Okereke. We have not called Okereke yet on the significant additions to this Giant defense to shore up the linebacking core. Free agent from the Colts. 1st and goal. Pollard inside the 2-yard line.
Deuce Vaughn, is he gonna get a carry and a touchdown?
All the time about Zach Martin, but Zach Martin and Terrence Steele on the right side of that offensive line. When Mike McCarthy needs something, you just go ahead and write this down for the rest of the season. When he really needs something, 70 and 78 are going to be double teaming somebody, and they're going to get movement.
to see the numbers in his pass protection the last couple of years. Lipke, the fullback, leads. Pollard counts.
Oh, yeah!
Touchdown number 2 for Tony Pollard on the.
Did I mention Zach Martin at all? You did that a little skip pull and watch him secure this edge and just allow. There's nothing better as a running back than when you just sort of get the jaw into the end
Tony
zone.
Pollard, how about
Zach
that?
Martin and company tonight are just getting it done. It's amazing to see a man that size be able to
The
run
running
and
back
get
from
moving
Memphis,
like that.
Tony Pollard.
Holdout conversation with Jerry Jones.
His 18th touchdown of the season for Tony Pollard. His 18th rushing touchdown for Pollard for the 33rd points of the game. His first touchdown of 2023. Vegas is 18. Bills is 18. The 33rd points. The Bills is 33. It's now 33-0 Dallas Cowboys. Mahomes, the last win of the Super Bowl. Mahomes is Camacho 33. Or it's not Mahomes that's 30. It's Patrick that's Camacho 33. Tony Pollard's 18th rushing touchdown of his career. Cowboys on track to win the Super Bowl yet again.
Subway's new beast is their biggest sub yet. Pound hot with a half a pound of meat and double cheese. This sub is not messing around.
I wouldn't want to line up against that.
Come on, Justin. You just got him a sub.
For the Cowboys, it is their second largest halftime lead in series history. Between the Cowboys and the Giants, they led 27-0 in 1992. They were 27 years without winning the championship.
It's up.
New name, same man. Meet Jalen, who has live sports.
Who's just live TV? Your place to watch live TV. Honda hybrid is more than fuel efficiency. It means sporty and fun to drive. Style that enhances functionality. And technology that's paving the way for tomorrow. No wonder it made Car Drivers 10 Best list for the 37th time. The new 2023 Accord Hybrid. Hybrid. Defined by Honda.
I need your help solving a murder.
People predictably make wrong decisions. Why?
I hear people are irrational.
You're irrational, except you look like it. You see, it's treatment with Peacock.
But a game for Tua today, 466 yards. Mac Jones and the Patriots down early with a furious cutback. They held with Philadelphia the rest of the way, got it down to the last drive. We'll be in Foxborough for the Dolphins and the Patriots. Football Night in America starts at 7 Eastern. We'll have that one in the AFC East next Sunday night as the rain gets as heavy as it has been all night. Auburn's kick goes all the way back. Touchdown.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. And of course, it's all about Micah Parsons on the outside. If you're a great player, you're going to see a lot of double teams. He certainly has seen that tonight. But if you're a really great player, you take on double teams and you still get sacks. And that's exactly what he's done. He has not only gotten his own sack, but he has set up for others to get theirs. And that's what happens. When an offense has to tilt to one player, opportunities elsewhere.
Giants start from 25-yard line. Jones, the throw on the run. Nothing there. It'll be 9 yards. Very close to the first down as he splits out of bounds.
Yeah, it's one of those nights, but I think for the New York Giants, they're staring across the way at a team that's going to be very much a contender for the Super Bowl. We came into this game thinking, boy, I tell you what,
gotta lay the points down on the Cowboys against the Cardinals. I wonder how big of a favorite they'll be.
Cowboys and the 49ers had a big day today, and so did the Rams. Rams look good.
Right. Jones mishandles and stumbles back forward to limit the loss to 2 yards. Melissa.
Mike, Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs is in the house here to watch his little brother Trayvon. Diggs is.
Hey, they're gonna be playing against each other in the Super Bowl, and Stephon Diggs gets to watch his brother before he plays tomorrow night at the same stadium. Rigged wrestling.
2 nights later on Sunday night, Stephon chance to come.
Support his little brother. Oh, how cute is that?
For Jones, Micah Parsons coming in one more time. They're taking the worst of that. And Parsons now gets up. 4th down, and the Giants.
Micah Parsons is the best pass rusher in the
Come over
league.
here and you give it a shot. You're going to try and kick out Micah Parsons, but Bredesen's not quite that quick. I mean, it really is.
Okay, curse is number one. I have no idea who he
There are other
is.
good ones. I mean, there's no question, but he has a chance to be really special in this league.
Giants are set.
Defensive rookie of the year.
Shit!
Able to
Giants shit!
right back to the sideline. Go for it. On 4th down to Barkley. Got it for the 1st down. Out of bounds in front.
Giants are shit!
So it's just thinking about.
Let it rain hard. Let it rain down
Well, that's exactly what we
Cowboys.
talk about, because now you can take the running back out of the backfield, put him into a bunch formation over here, and work some of those pick plays against the man coverage that you see in these 4th down and short situations. So you got to defend them inside because they can leave them in the backfield to run the ball, but you can also have that package throwing it.
37, Jones. No time.
Oh!
Also, Diggy Zua for the 2nd time, and that's 5 on the night. As the sack total keeps rolling.
So this is a bit of a pick top on the outside. So you're going to see him try and push the tackle out and then take that direct line back into the quarterback. Again, they're so worried about these edge players that sometimes they can get on the edge and end up with that direct line into Jones, and there'll be better days.
We got the Cardinals next week. I think we're taking. I think Giants will be okay.
Jones fires it out. Darius Slayton on the edge for about maybe 1.5 yards. It'll be 3rd and long coming up. It just feels like a mismatch. They can't even do anything that they want to try to do downfield.
Well, when you start to see an offense go horizontally, right? You see that down in the red zone because there's nowhere to go to. But in the middle of the field, and you have 70 yards to work with down the field, like you have to take advantage of that whole thing. And when you're way back here and you're still playing horizontally, that means you can't block it. Or at least you can't block it down here.
Was completion 7 by Jones in the 1st to a wide receiver tonight. Jalen Hyatt motion 3rd and 12. Cowboys coming in.
Oh! The 6th sack of the game. The 6th sack in the game for the Dallas Cowboys.
Daniel Jones actually does a pretty good job of being patient back there, a little like a bullfighter, wait, and then step up. But when you step up and all of a sudden DeMarcus Lawrence is the one that's coming at you inside, you got to have one side or the other, either in front of you or around the edge. You can't have both collapsing into the quarterback.
Jimmy Gillen gets it away. Sherman Fields at the 29. Great job to elude that first hit. They get out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
36-yard line. Nevada's at 36 at Mid-States. Cowboys 36 postseason berth. Pretty obvious what's happening here. Too many people were going Cowboys for Super Bowl 55 and Super Bowl 56. Nailing it in the right year.
the Vendor X card from Capital One, you earn 2 times miles on every purchase.
Then I cancel it. You're being too loud. Good choice.
Plus, earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. What's in your wallet?
I've been by your side from the moment we met, and you've been by mine.
This is your second chance with your brother.
I know you think it's risky, but pain is always worth it.
We're not in sync. We come from boys to men, and now there's only one direction for us to go. The back streets.
You have frosted tips.
It was an error.
Cold band together. Only theaters. Rated PG.
It's saucy. All you need boneless wings, just $12.99.
I miss the people who slip through the cracks and live right in the home. It will do anything. It's a ring. Good taste.
You make part the players should come back.
The NFL season is here. They are showing out. Celebrating that.
All eyes on me. Are you looking at me? Yeah. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. What's looking at me? What do you like what you see? How you like what you see? Do you like what you see? All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
You work all year, all off season, you build, there's excitement, there's enthusiasm, and then you come out with an effort like this. Giants in soul-searching mode right now, down 33-0 to their rivals, the Cowboys. Dallas starts it on the ground. Hello there. Go down to Melissa again.
Mike, you might have heard that Dak got a massive tattoo on his right leg this offseason. He went under anesthesia for nearly 11 hours. He said, I know, people think it's crazy, but it's essentially his life.
He had a
story.
Kobe and Michael Jordan tattooed on him.
Pine Creek Estates in Louisiana, a moose, the nickname for his brother Jace, who died by suicide. And his late mother.
They don't switch your pick when your team loses. Already won. I know the powers of numerology.
Really an amazing story, Melissa. We'll be talking about it. Retreating here, flag down.
It's all connected to the injury. You gotta let the knowledge shine, or
Checking with Adrian Hill on the flag.
just be accepting, just be blissfully ignorant, which Las Vegas wins. They win.
That's the rookie Trey Hawkins. We were out there at the NFL Honors, and Dak wins the Man of the Year. That speech was so.
Prescott wins Super Bowl 40 months later. Not surprised seeing Cowboys up 40-0.
And now this tattoo just basically has his life story on one leg.
It's a book, and he's sort of.
It's a book. It's a storybook, right, Chris?
Yes, Man of the Year, but this isn't some golden spoon kind of guy. This is a guy that in the trailer park and went through his incredible mother, and everything that she went through, his brother, and he just is as fine a guy, really, as you will have a conversation with. Very deserving of the Man of the Year award.
And Dowell runs to the right to the 49-yard line. He had always promised his mom a Pegasus tattooer named Peggy. And then, ironically, as he said, when he was injured and doing his rehab, going down to the city of Dallas a little bit more, there was a bank back in the day that used a Pegasus as their symbol, and there were several pictures of Pegasus.
Now, Dak is definitely the best quarterback in the NFL. He is. Well, who's better? I can't name a quarterback that's better than Dak.
What he should do. Injured Cowboy here for the moment on a knee is Chuma Edoga. He's the left guard who was in because of the Tyler Smith injury. And as Chris alluded to, it's an area where they are very thin on that offensive front, especially in terms of experience.
But they got younger.
Here for the Dallas Cowboys tonight, though. We talked a little about the Giants, but this Dallas Cowboys team is better than what they were a year ago.
They're far better. They've improved every season under Mike McCarthy. They've gotten better every year with Mike Michael John McCarthy on the sidelines.
I sometimes wonder, would it have been better?
I thought Colorado was easy. This is another easy call.
At the end of the world, your life can go one way, or
Welcome.
another. I think there's something going on here that we don't fully understand.
What is it wherever you go? Death follows.
FX is A Murder at the End of the World, streaming November, only on Hulu. There are people who say things aren't made here anymore. Those people should come to Michigan, or Kentucky, or Missouri, where you'll find Ford workers, not just assembling vehicles, but building the future of automotive manufacturing. It's why Ford employs the most hourly auto workers in this country. Can't speak for the other guys, but we're all in on America.
Welcome to Paris, home of French bread, wine, and now the Olympics. And that's how we kick off the games.
So it's a blimp that looks like bread?
No, it's real bread. It's a baguette, actually.
You get it?
And how does it fly?
Let me see here. Nope.
Couple of Olympians, soccer player Lynn Williams and Steve Serio, Paralympic basketball star for Team USA, honored here at MetLife at a recent timeout. You see TJ Bass, number 66. He's making his NFL debut. Comes in for Udoka, got poked in the eye. Prescott throws, CD Lamb catches, and no game. Good job in the open field by Michael McFadden on the tackle. So those couple of Olympian and Paralympians reminds us that we go from week 1 here to the Super Bowl. It takes 23 weeks. And then from the Super Bowl, it's 23 weeks until the Paris Olympics. So be ready. Olympic prep and Olympic fever will start building throughout the winter and in the spring. And Paris is set up for the 2024 games in the 33rd Olympiad that, of course, we'll have for you on NBC.
You need an assistant?
All right, come on along. 17 straight nights. 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 10. Terrence Steele moved at the right tackle spot.
Number special teams score, please.
Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
You dropped me in Paris for 3 weeks. I don't know how much work it is.
It's a back end every day for 17 days. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. Over there a couple times this summer. Paris will be a tremendous host site. The opening ceremony down the river. The Seine, right to the middle of Paris with the athletes on the barges going down to take it all in, all around those beautiful bridges. That great city. 3rd and 10. Prescott protected again. This pass incomplete. Tries to cover downfield. Brandon Cooks was the intended receiver. And on 4th down, Brian Anger will come on for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, it's just tough throwing the ball when the conditions are wet. We've seen both quarterbacks miss a few. That was not Dak's best effort right there. But I think overall, what you're looking for out of the Cowboys tonight is the defense as good as what it was a year ago? And yes, is the screaming answer to that. But on offense, do you get the feeling this offense is going to work with Mike McCarthy calling plays? And I think the answer to that is yes, too.
Anger kicked it too far, 56, but then only 36. Take a ride the Staten Island Ferry as you watch the NFL kickoff. Presented by YouTube TV.
Wake up, Let's
Because it's like a family thing.
Leave running behind. The new turbocharged Volkswagen Atlas does life beautifully.
This dolphin can see in 2 directions at once, but this dolphin can see in 4. Because with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube, he can watch up to 4 live games at once with Multiview. Nature is incredible. Sign up now.
Hello, Patrick Mahomes. Wait, who do you even play for? T-Mobile. I'm here to protect you from wireless companies that blitz you with phone deals that suck you with a 3-year device contract. You hybrid set? No, T-Mobile. They have plans that make upgrades work for you. They even have a plan which makes you upgrade ready every year.
Thanks, man. Now, how do the thing?
Do the same.
Excellent. Take charge of your upgrades with our best Go 5G plans at T-Mobile.
Let's have a huddle. You don't know what huddle is, do you?
No.
What? How was that flat?
You bet it on the method of sight. It's roughing the passing.
What if he hit him high?
Roughing the passing.
And low?
Roughing the passing.
Well, what if he tramples him and then he's like, oh no, and then he tries to go back and he tramples him some more. He's like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what? We love our house. The outdoor space is great, but we do have invasive weeds.
You think we got in the house?
I think you're right.
We had a lot of fun when the Raiders face off against the Steelers on prime time. Jimmy Garoppolo against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Raiders revamp defense. It's going to be 2 wins in 3 games for the Raiders,
Just look at the running back market.
with a win in week 3.
Across the river to Wall Street, Wall and Broad, and look at the marketplace. We see guys released, like Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott, good backs. Guys who had to take a pay cut like Joe Mixon and Aaron Jones. Really one of the stories of the offseason. Trade request from Austin Eckler with the Chargers and Jonathan Taylor was a coach who's not playing. And the franchise tag for Josh Jacobs with Las Vegas and the 2 backs we're seeing tonight, Pollard and Barkley, as Saquon on cue hits it for a run of 17 yards, 18 yards, his longest of the night after 11 carries and 33 yards to start. And Chris, he was the centerpiece of that conversation because what were the Giants going to do? The guy who's been such a big part of this franchise, such a big part of the offense. Joe Shane, the general manager, had both Barkley and Daniel Jones come up at the same time. Jones got the big deal. Barkley gets franchised.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. 38-yard line. Jones throws. It is
Team is trash.
a catch and just a gain of 1 yard for Daniel
1
Jones.
yard.
Yeah, unfortunately, the game of football, and especially in the NFL, has changed. It used to be a lot about
That
the running
stadium
back.
should be empty.
Now, because of the rule changes and what you can do to fix up the ball, and you can't hit the receivers, you can't hit the quarterback, the offensive line can hold and can do all these things. The game's different now. Now it's all about the passing game, and so you've got some evaluation going on at the running back position. But honestly, I think the collective bargaining agreement that the players signed hurt them as well. You're talking about a position that typically only lasts 6, 7, 8 years. Well, in the case of Saquon Barkley, he's a first-round draft pick. That means they can sign him up for 5 years, a couple of franchise tags on top of it. He never gets the open market his entire career.
Jones throws here.
He's short.
Darius Slayton with the catch. Right near the first down mark of the 48. He's about a half yard short. So this year, after the 5 years end of that rookie deal, the Giants pick up the option of the rookie deal. Barkley ends up with not a long-term deal, but the franchise tag. So he's playing for $10.1 million with incentives that could get him up to $11 million, and the Giants can come back and tag him again next year. Giants go a la Eagles and push to the quarterback, and they'll get the first down across the 48-yard line.
But to Saquon Barkley's credit, he's a team guy. He came back. He hasn't pouted about it. He was actually more disappointed he didn't get to go on the open market so he could help the likes of Miles Sanders and Josh Jacobs and some of those guys. But it was a bit of a rude awakening to him about the business side of the National Football League, and that sort of hit him right between the eyes.
Design run with Jones here. 2 yards to 50, and Daniel gets hit hard right around the midfield. So you look at the NFL average the top 5 highest paid players. You see how the quarterback market in the last decade has gone up more than double, and the running back market has not stayed commensurate with the raises in the salary cap and the other key positions.
Well, when you look at all the sort of war ratings and all the different things,
Who's going to replace it?
thank you very much. Because I didn't really know.
There's Jones throwing, and it's incomplete.
It really comes down to the quarterback position in today's game is, without question, the most significant of those positions. And so I'm not even sure at sort of a quarter of the salary cap, which is where a lot of them are, about 25%, which is about 50 million, whatever the case may be. I'm not even sure they're at the right number yet as far as the significance of the quarterback position. And so other positions are going to take a hit.
This is 3rd and 8. Low snap. Jones got it. Got rid of it. Incomplete. As he continues to try to get it right. Frustrated Paris Campbell as Dante Fowler was closing in trying to get a 7th sack on Jones here tonight. Johnson, go for it again.
Yeah, and Evan Neal is just struggling on the outside. He worked with Willie Anderson in the offseason. He's trying to work on his core and the bend and all the different things, but these speed rushers are still giving him some problems.
Neal, the 7th overall pick in 2022, this year 2. Jones again running, flag is down, passes incomplete with Gilmore covering. And it looks like this is going to be a hold on the Giants. If that's the case, it'll be Dallas ball.
Holding offense, number 78. That penalty is declined. It'll be 1st down and 10 Dallas. Because that was an offensive foul, the period is not extended. This is the end of the 3rd quarter.
Only a Dallas touchdown in that 3rd quarter. Cowboys 33-0. And Sunday Night Football continues after these messages.
You're put on this earth to touch people's hearts. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet. We find missing people and we bring them home. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. You're the science guy.
Let's go live. I'm actually the behavioral science guy.
What's it you say? I just want to tell us the same thing. See y'all this fall.
72 Sold is the official real estate partner of the Arizona Cardinals, and we're now ranked the #1 fastest growing real estate company in Arizona. Why? Our winning team can get you more money for your home, and our process is fast and easy. Are you ready to sell your home? Score big with more money. Just put in your address and get your price, a higher price for your home today, only at 72sold.com.
Yeah! Carl's Jr.'s new Big Char Chili Burger is big on charcoal flavor. Big on smoky sweet heat with a whole char and iron chili. And big on savings with a big char chili combo for just $7.99.
At Cox Mobile, we know other mobile companies like you to stay put with one type of plan. But we know life can take you anywhere, which is why you get the freedom to choose a data plan that actually fits you, and the ease of changing it up anytime. Choose between basic gig or gig unlimited, all the way on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. Flexibility feels good. Cox Mobile, we're different because we're different.
Carl's Jr. plays with fire and a big char grilled burger, spicy pepper jack cheese, Santa Fe sauce, and a whole char and iron chili. You get the new smoky sweet Carl's Jr. Big Char Chili Burger.
Everything under the sun to keep you cool. Our news heat feed. Healthy Welcome is presented by YouTube TV, concludes tomorrow on ABC and ESPN. Then you too can solve on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Peacock is the streaming home of Yellowstone. Head to the Dutton Ranch this week. Stream every episode. TV's biggest drama exclusively on Peacock.
That's a good show.
Yellowstone is, isn't it?
Yeah, I watched it. Oh, I like that.
We could go into our favorite Peacock shows.
We got time.
My God. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark, Rob Highland, our producer, Chris Goff, our director. We begin the fourth. Number 4, Dak Prescott, back to the air and complete. 32-yard line. It is CD line for 18 yards. And another Dallas first down.
That's a nasty little route right there going against the rookie and Trey Hawkins. Watch the post pattern, hard inside, seal it, and then try and hit the brakes and go back the other way. Aren't many people that can hit the brakes and re-accelerate as fast as CD Lamb. He truly has become a superstar in this league. 1,359 yards last year, over 100 catches.
Pollard inside run. Pollard for a dozen yards. Young man from Memphis who was such a star during his college days in Memphis. His parents have a barbecue place down there. He is very popular in that city in Tennessee.
And the greatest story we've heard yet.
It's pretty good
this year. Yeah.
So let's go Cowboys chant from the Dallas fans who have stayed to enjoy. Fourth round pick for 2016 gives to their fourth round pick in 2019. There's Pollard for a gain of about 4. Speaking of 4,
his first tackle football experience was as a 4-year-old. He's on the team with a bunch of 7-year-olds out there, and one of the first drills was that he had to tackle a whole line of people coming at him one at a time, and he started crying and wanted to go home. And his dad said, "No, you can't quit, but make it through the year. We'll let you leave." And so at the end of the year, he did. Then at age 7, he came back to it, and he said, "Saved myself a lot of hits over the years with that." But he was detailing this thing to where you're like, "Oh my gosh, this little 4-year-old boy out there," but he loved it and he wanted to do it. And he was talking about that he was always playing with these older kids, these 7 and 8-year-old kids. But pretty soon, as a 4 and 5-year-old, they were taking him with the first pick on the playground, and that's I guess who you are when you end up playing a running back in the NFL.
It's pretty neat. Now, Deuce Vaughn is in with the Cowboys as well. He's the rookie out of Kansas State. You see 76. I saw Richards, who say that left tackle Tyron Smith came out a play ago. So Richards making his NFL debut. And left tackle Prescott throws inside. Caught by Turpin. He's right at the mark for the first down at the 9-yard line. And if you take away anything as Tyron Smith now jogs back in for the Cowboys, good news for the Dallas fans. If you take anything for what you've seen Turpin used in a lot of different places. Mike McCarthy wants that speed on the field, not just for special teams.
Yeah, what did he say? He said, "I've never had so many smaller, really fast weapons to deal with." And if you watch any of the preseason at all, and Tony Pollard certainly has been very special, but Deuce Vaughn sometimes can sort of take your breath away.
First and goal, Dallas from the 9. Pollard goes to the left for about 2, maybe 3 yards. Yeah, they've got Brandon Cooks, who they added, the veteran. He's 5'10", and people say he's a smaller receiver. And then Turpin, who's 5'7", and Deuce Vaughn, who's 5'5". So you've got 3 guys making it out there with their quickness and speed, who are smaller guys, but impactful. There's Vaughn, 6th-round pick out of Kansas State.
Amazing, too. His dad, the director of college scouting, and we all remember that on draft day. What an amazing story that was.
Chris, longtime Cowboy employee. So emotional. Dak pulls it, throws it for Jake Ferguson, and they've not been in sync a couple of times here tonight. Prescott's numbers, he is 13 of 24, 11 incompletions. It is a wet ball night, and there are very few things to nitpick with Dallas, but that's certainly a West Coast offense, something like McCarthy wants to see higher completion percentage.
But what a nice night tonight for Mike McCarthy to start calling plays. The game's over before you even start calling plays. Brandon Aubrey, the kicker, comes out and misses his first one, and he gets another 6 or 7 kicks the rest of the night. Now he's comfortable, so big win overall all night long.
3rd and goal. Toss to Turpin, using the speed to the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Turpin, who's he? He got a score. Who's he?
And everything the Cowboys touched tonight has worked out.
39-0 Cowboys. New York has come out to 39.
I'm going to tell the story of Kyron Smith out here. Coming back, you got dinged a little bit. He's a little older now, a little long in the tooth, but he's out there making
Cavante
that
Turpin,
deep blocking.
touchdown,
Believe me, those
Cowboys.
guys in the secondary do not want to see number 77 turning down.
Born on the second day of the 8th month, on a date of 2-8. Second year wide receiver.
MVP 2022.
40-0 Cowboys. Prescott 40-4 life path. Wins the Super Bowl 40 months after his ankle injury against the same team, the Giants. What if the game ends 40-0? That'll be a breakdown at the end. It'll be a good one. Hopefully more sacks and more interceptions, more fantasy points.
Walmart Plus memory, gas, plus so much more. Join today.
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game, but Terry doesn't have DirecTV. Come on, what's the game? Here. Now, you can find the game easy. Barbecue USA!
Access NFL Sunday ticket on us. Get a $400 reward card.
A barbecue is ruined.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I started a dog walking business. I was a bit nervous at first, but then I figured, it's just walking, right? Oh. No, it's just a bunny! Calm down, Taco. Sit down. Walter, don't! You're lucky you're so cute. Only pay for what you need.
This is not your typical family.
This is our family gathering.
This is how we settle sibling disputes.
You may not be related. We're not.
And nothing. And from different worlds. But if you can keep up, then welcome to the Toyota Gazoo Racing family. Toyota, let's go places.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By Walmart Plus, members save on free delivery, plus so much more. And by Google, discover new ways to search in the new Google app. We go through the years, this Giants-Cowboys rivalry started with that first game in December of 1960, and Dallas has had the best of it. We've had a lot of good days for the Cowboys this series. Dallas will have 74 wins, and the Giants 46. This one ends at 11.5. This kick is another touchback, and the Giants take over again at the 25.
Cowboys defense all night long has been after Daniel Jones, and everybody seems to have taken a bit of a turn with him this evening. It has just been a complete mismatch to the point whether it's getting beat inside, whether or not they have double teams on Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. We've seen Dante Fowler. We saw Dickie Zuwa big night. It has been a rough go so far for Daniel Jones.
There's a throw that is complete. Isaiah Hodgins on the run. And the ball comes out. And the Cowboys pick it up. Israel Mukuamu comes up with it for Dallas. Hodgins on the run for what was going to be the longest play of the night for the Giants, and will be. But another defensive takeaway forced by Trayvon Diggs. Mukuamu comes up with the recovery, and the Cowboys get it again.
We'll
this? This is out.
Our mission is to find the weapon designated Alpha O. You are authorized to kill on site.
Communicating.
Your personal escort, okay? I'm like a bodyguard.
You have to click it.
Do anything to keep us safe.
The Creator, rated PG-13, only due September 29th. Get tickets now.
It's orientation day. Welcome to the team.
Who wants to race?
I like this team. Be part of something greater. Toyota. Let's go places.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Is your plan to watch the game today? Yeah, I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket. It's not your best plan. But you know what it is? My plan from Verizon. Switch now and they'll give you the NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on them. This plan is amazing. Another amazing plan? Backing away from you very slowly.
Football season is here. Get NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on us. A $449 value. Plus, get a free 5G phone. Only on Verizon.
Whee! Where'd all these Buffalo boneless wings go? Whee! Hot honey barbecue too. Whee! Oh, there they are with fries for $5. Arby's, we have the meat.
We should never let AI out of the box.
Or communicating.
She does.
Creator, rated PG-13.
I felt everyone's heart beat. It was incredible.
Best actor of the night.
I think America's going to love you.
I feel very special. I don't know what to say.
AGT, Tuesday and Wednesday, streaming on Peacock.
Trayvon Diggs, another forced fumble. He's been around it a lot tonight.
Stephon Diggs better bring his A game into the stadium tomorrow night because baby bro, Trayvon Diggs was unbelievable. That is so calculated. That is so practiced by Dan Quinn's defense. And when you see it executed, it's a thing of beauty. It really is.
That is Deuce Vaughn with his first carry, pushed out of bounds. We got the ball from Cooper Rush, who was in a quarterback, the 60 man from Central Michigan, who was the backup quarterback for the Cowboys as Dak Prescott tonight is done. And Rush, who was very big as a starter last year when Dak missed the 5 games with a thumb injury, won 4 and then lost the Sunday night against Philadelphia. Dak hands it over to him again in week 1, but under a complete reversal of circumstances. Last year, Dak broke his thumb and Rush came in. This time it's because it's 40-0. Rain teaming down now as Vaughn needs 2 yards. So you saw the Diggs kick, or the punch out, I should say. Took the ball and walked it over. No, you're not getting it. Aiden's getting it. Remember his son from Hard Knocks a couple years ago? He stole the show.
Absolutely stole the show.
Look at him.
He's still stealing the show.
Look at that smile.
Come on, Melissa. Go over and get us an interview. Come on. We got time to kill here. Let's go hear what he has to say. He's the best.
It's hysterical. 10 to go. 3rd and 3, and it is Vaughn trying to get to the end. With Darnay Holmes, and the Cowboys punting unit will come on to kick it away. Rough night from Daniel Jones. 10 of 22, 2 interceptions. And then when they have connected, well, you just saw it, another turnover. 3 turnovers, sacked 6 times.
You putting Daniel Jones back out there?
I was just going to ask you that same question.
I don't think I am. I mean, there are days like this in everybody's football memory.
Conrad Taylor is the Giants' backup. Brian Anger gets it out of there. Rookie Eric Gray will just let it go. Dallas will down it at the 19-yard line. 9:04 to go. No worries.
Thanks.
My bucket's leaking. Look! Oh my God! I look like a fish! A fish? What's that to do with fast? Stop drinking it so small. What do I do? Nothing big. All good. What are fish ambulance? You know it? Totally. Hang in there, kids. Almost there. Okay, guys, let's go. Run, fishy.
Vice Grandeur and the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
Being an NFL fan is the greatest. Unless your home team doesn't match your hometown. Because it's hard for dolphins to survive in the desert. And eagles don't tend to nest with giants. But with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube, you can watch your favorite teams out of market Sunday games. So no matter where you live, it'll feel a little more like home. At least on Sundays. NFL Sunday Ticket, only on YouTube and YouTube TV. Last chance to save $50.
Did you know most dish soaps don't remove all the grease, even with scrubbing?
What? I just cleaned them.
Try Dawn Platinum. It removes 99% of grease and food residue. That's why Dawn is trusted to save wildlife affected by oil. Dawn Platinum cleans to the squeak. Have you seen these Priceline deals? Where are we going?
I'm going wherever the extreme winds take me.
Go to your happy place. For a happy price. With your happy price. Priceline.
As a young person, you watch NFL players play the game and you want to one day achieve those sort of things and play at those levels.
They would represent Colombia. Really means a lot to me.
That has to mean something. One of the few representatives of Mexican culture in the NFL.
I have that on my shoulders, but I like having that on my shoulders for sure.
I love watching sports, and now, thanks to AI, it's so easy.
Peacock has the most live sports of any stream.
Thanks, Alan Iverson.
Well, week 1 of 95, it was about as bad for the Giants, about as good for the Cowboys, and Dallas is going to continue its dominance in openers against the Giants. And dominance of late as well. This will be 12 of the last 13 that Dallas wins against the Giants. Daniel Jones still out here running, taking hits. No gain, maybe a yard on that one.
Yeah, decent story there. Damone Clark and comes out. He had to have spinal fusion surgery and missed the first 7 games as a rookie, but came back and played more snaps than any other linebacker. He was second-team All-American at LSU. He was up a fifth-round draft pick because of some of those issues, but he could be a factor this year.
On that LSU championship team. This is Lawrence Cager, fourth-year man out of Georgia, started his college career in Miami, just short of the first half. Would you have Daniel Jones in there just because you're trying to get something positive, trying to get some points on the board? There's an injury for the Giants. It's Matt Peart, who is their third tackle. They had him in the lineup, and he's down.
You know, Mike, you don't lose 1.5 games, right?
Hang on, that. We'll finish that thought in a minute. Be right back.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take it allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
How good does it feel when Threshold Decor welcomes more seasonal style for less? When you can save on good and gather groceries in all the fall flavors. And when quality ingredients bring more to the table. When you get low prices on the latest trends. When rewards come with quality and coziness. And when you're serving with taste they love at low prices. That's totally Target.
SoFi is helping me get my money right to achieve my ambitions. You want to see?
Life savings for the ultimate tailgate setup. Life, the perfect edges. SoFi can help you fund all your ambitions, no matter how big or small. Like investing in the athletes of tomorrow.
We're the packing and shipping store, the two-sided color printing store. We're everything your small business needs to make it everything it should be. The one-stop, super record to make a lot of noise and be unstoppable store, the UPS store.
Chris, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam.
There we go. It's all about Zach Martin here tonight. He had an incredible matchup throughout the course of the evening against Dexter Lawrence. Those two were battling all night long, and you see some of the great plays Zach Martin did, and then he pulls out on the edge and takes care of the quarterback, Dean Belton. But they are so happy to have that superstar, former Hall of Famer right there, Zach Martin, on their team.
Run inside with Matt Breida for a couple. As Matt Parrott came off during the timeout, and Joshua Izudu is in over at left tackle for the Giants. Andrew Thomas is out to start the drive. Evan Neal in at the right side, as the Giants have some backups in there as well. With half the fourth quarter remaining, and the Giants down 40-0. One of the worst openers in the long history of the Giants. Coming off a 9-win playoff season. Flag down as Jones is running with 3 yards on that. Keeper to the 35. Back to the flag. And this one will come back.
Holding offense, number 78. 10 correction, number 68. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
We have Ben Bredesen, the guard. As you mentioned, Thomas 78 is out. The Giants go to Arizona next week, and they'll stay out on the West Coast. They'll stay in Arizona after the game because they turn around from the Arizona game on Sunday and play at San Francisco the following Thursday night. So back-to-back West Coast games. The Giants will stay out there. A lot to prove for next week. Sack number 7 on the night for Dallas. And Chauncey Golston, who had won almost last year.
Seven sacks.
Yeah. I mean, this is awful. I mean, I don't know what else to say. We've all been in games like this. I've played in more than my fair share where nothing goes right. The rain, the whole bit, the passing game can't get going at all. And Aaron Rodgers up next.
That's who Dallas has next.
The Dallas Cowboys. I'm sure he's paying attention.
Only good news out of that for the Giants was there was a flag downfield. So the Giants have 1st and 10 now. No sack. Right well with the carry for New York there. It's a tough start. The Giants knew that coming into the season. Eventually back-to-back on the West Coast. Then Seattle. Seahawks losing today at Miami. And then we'll be up in Buffalo to see the Giants and Brian Dable, who was with the Bills as the offensive coordinator before getting this job and is from the Western New York area. Grew up just a few miles from the stadium. The back home. Family. Paris Campbell finally connects with Daniel Jones, but he's thrown down by Bland. It brings up 3rd down. So I was trying to ask you before, like, why keep Daniel Jones in? He's getting, is it just trying to get something positive going so they can leave with some momentum?
I don't think so. I think it's probably almost Daniel Jones going, hey, I got us into this mess. Let me just keep going. And there's something about football team, and in particular your quarterback, who's willing to go out in these conditions, know you have no chance whatsoever, but really say, I don't care how many times I get hit. I'm your quarterback. I'm going to stand in there. I'm going to keep running. I'm going to keep playing out here. And he'll gain a lot of respect out of this game tonight. Tough night to throw the football for both teams, no question about it, with the conditions in the rain. But it's a bit of a statement, I think, by Daniel Jones. Like, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh! 7th sack.
Pick it up with that sack that we took away from Chauncey Colston with the penalty. He gets back, and it is a 7th sack for the Cowboys.
I mean, they're on pace for over 100 sacks right now on the season, and it just has not. They're doing everything they can, but they're not picking up stunts. You can see the twists and the stunts that the Cowboys have been putting on them, and in particular, they have been focused on the look out.
Yeah, Fowler got a huge job. He was offside around St. Williams. Got a huge job. Offsides. Flag comes down.
And what happens is it turns into a bit of a feeding frenzy. Guys want to pad the stats and do all that stuff. And
Offside defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty.
Mentioned Aaron Rodgers and the Jets and the Bills wrap up week 1 with a Monday nighter here. And Aaron always wants to get that free play when you draw a guy off sides, and sometimes you see why they kill those plays, and they'll say underpaid to the quarterback because of hits like that. When you get a head start. 7, the record is 9 for an opening night for Dallas. Screen relief and pressure with Matt Breida.
Oh, yeah.
Campbell jumps on it for the Giants. Marquise Bell knocked that one out. This Dallas defense is going to be so confident going into next week.
this is wild. I mean, just wild. They are just destroying the Giants. Destroying them. I mean, some of these hits tonight have been extraordinary. We're down to the backup guys in the game right now. But I tell you, you know who hit it right on the head is Mike McCarthy. He said, I've never had a team that the defense picked off right where they left off at the end of the season. And this defense did.
Darius Slayton there with the catch. You talked about Dan Quinn earlier, and you know, Chris, defensive coordinators so often have a style, a pressure style, things like that. They're a connection. But Dan Quinn has connected with his players. He's the head coach in Atlanta. I know when the Super Bowl ended and all that, but go back to Seattle. Dan Quinn really is able to get on the same page with his guys, and they love playing for him.
It was probably the biggest move of the offseason was Dan Quinn returning. Because the brotherhood and all that they established and all that they talked about, but they have only begun to unwrap what they're going to do from a pressure standpoint. I know they have a bunch left on that play sheet that they didn't get to tonight. They didn't have to.
4th and 14 and pressure there on Jones. Incomplete turnover on downs. Dallas will take over with 3:10 to go. Gives us a chance to look at some of the headlines from week 1. First, the Browns beat the Bengals and Joe Burrow after the contract, but not being able to play all preseason. Really looked rusty, 45% completion.
The Bengals looked a little like the Giants tonight. It was wet. It was raining. They weren't throwing the ball effectively.
How good did San Francisco look?
Christian McCaffrey, really, since he went out there, it has just been a different football team. And Brandon Ayuk with a huge day today.
And the first-round quarterbacks each losing their debut. Bryce Young with Carolina, C.J. Stroud with Houston, Anthony Richardson, who had some moments, but also took some very big hits in that Colts loss to Jacksonville. And it felt like the Dolphins and Chargers. They just throw them out on the field. It's up and down the field. Doesn't matter which generation, which quarterback. Look at the numbers by Tua, 4th all-time for passing yards in the season opener. Tyreek Hill said he's going to get 2,000. Well, he's 10% of the way there.
He is on his way. It really was. It was some game to watch. And it's sort of like, it's almost like old AFL football. Remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, how far can I throw this one?
Herbert and Tua going back and forth. We were watching this, we were getting ready for the game. Back and forth between that game and the Patriots and the Eagles. Really good games in the late window. It's going to be a week 1 where the road team wins again here. Started with the Lions winning Kansas City, continues here. That's 10 road wins of the 14-week one game. It's similar to the pattern that developed last year as well. Head down here to the 2-minute warning and 40-0 for the Cowboys. And as soon as we are officially done here, it's the Chevrolet postgame. Melissa will interview the star of the game, and we'll take a deeper dive into next week's Dolphins-Patriots matchup in Foxborough. Great to see honoring Tom Brady in Foxborough earlier today. Tom will be in the Hall of Fame at some point. A Hall of Famer needs to be recognized for a moment here. Gil Brandt, who was one of the premier executives of the National Football League, revolutionized so much in football and scouting as well. Passed away. There he is with Jerry Jones, and he got his bust. Goes to the Hall of Fame. There's Jerry, who's been watching on, and all the Cowboys family felt the loss of Gil Brandt. Any of us who were around the league always saw Gil Brandt. Gil Brandt can talk to you about any player in the league for 50, 60 years, from say his high school, say his something about his hometown. He's truly one of the special people in the league.
Yeah, and I tell you, Jerry Jones paid him quite a tribute, didn't he? Really acknowledged the significance, because he sort of brought the computerized scouting system into the National Football League, and the Cowboys for a while were just ahead of everybody else in the game, and Gil Brandt was a huge part of it. I mean, he was so much fun to run into in the field before we would do a podcast, because he always had, more stories than you could take on. So I love being around Gil Brandt.
Tex Schramm, the GM, Gil Brandt, Tom Landry, part of that great Cowboys run. And then for many who didn't remember Gil Brandt, the executive, if you're big hardcore fans, you listen to the Sirius XM NFL radio channel. Gil Brandt was on, and you'd listen. I'd be in the car and you'd just be waiting for a Gil Brandt story. I remember 1967 scouting this guy in this town, and one of the true special people in the league. And he is missed and was honored by so many people around the league when he passed away.
Yeah. Mike, I can remember a game in which I played in New England, and back in the days, the Patriots, when they scored a touchdown, they play Moni Moni, the song. Remember Moni Moni?
You want to sing it?
You like me in a minute. Okay. And so at the end of the game, we're getting beat like 56-7. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it's ridiculous. Worse than this out here. And on the bench, we're all sort of sitting there going, Moni Moni, hey, Moni Moni. We did. I'm not kidding. I'm like, this is the worst defeat in the history of football. If we're singing their fight song,
you keep hearing it over and over.
So many times, you can hear all the words.
Well, the Giants will try to lick their wounds. The other side of this, Dallas, we mentioned they'll play Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in week 2. Then they follow the Giants going to Arizona, have the Patriots, and we'll see one of the heavyweight matchups in the NFC when Dallas goes out to San Francisco, the team that beat them in the playoffs and ended their season the last 2 years. That'll be early October on a Sunday night in Santa Clara. 4th down here for the Cowboys. It's been mostly Cooper Rush handing to Deuce Vaughn. Vaughn 6 carries, 8 yards. And on 4th and 4, Cooper's going to get the throw. And it's too high and incomplete. The Giants will take over with 1:10 to go. No, it's 40-0. It's in good shape. Dan Quinn just came down from the box. He's down there on the sideline. You enjoy it with his guys as this one will end with a big-time Cowboy opening night victory.
Such a good guy. Always with that hat on backwards and punching and beating on it. That's who he is. I'm telling you.
Connection to the brotherhood. Somewhere in there is Tyrod Taylor. He takes over at quarterback as Daniel Jones' night is done. 13th year in the league for Taylor. His 2nd year as the backup for Daniel Jones. And he will escape and run with a flag down behind the play. Taylor gets out to the 38-yard line. It gives us second toe at the other side. And Trey Lance is a quarterback now for the Dallas Cowboys. That trade late in the preseason. There he is. He's the 3rd quarterback. That's the new rule in the NFL, where if the first 2 cannot play because of injury or disqualification,
holding offense number 75. 10-yard penalty, replay first out.
Then the 3rd quarterback can come in. So this is a night where it's 40-0. They throw Trey Lance in for a series. you can't because the other two are still healthy and able to play. But he's there and watching, and we'll see what the Cowboys have in him as you go through the next year plus.
You know what did Jack say about it? He said, "You can't stop talking about us. We won't let you." That's kind of all you needed to know.
Gary Brightwell gets just past midfield. Devin Harper tackle for Dallas. Final 50 seconds of this one. Can you flush it? Can you just say, okay, it's just one, fine, no big deal? How hard will it be for the Giants this week?
You know, I mean, the weird part of football is if they had gotten beat tonight on a last-second field goal, there's no different than this one, right? You get one thumbs up and one thumbs down after tonight's game, and that's all it is.
Right, well, again, the Cowboys playing to the very last snap. Deron Bland with that. And it is time to pack it up. Shout out to Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys folks who are FDNY for the fire department in New York, the New York Police Department, all caps, with 9/11 coming in less than an hour. Great sign of respect from Dallas. And a dominant performance by Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys here tonight. What a way to start this season as they come to the Giants and hand the Giants about as big an opening week loss as we've seen in the NFL in almost a quarter century. 40-0. The Cowboys win. Beat the Giants for the 12th time in the last